What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of the Hive Mind podcast. We have achieved some sort of consistency so far. 4 weeks in a row, which is
It's like a molasses like consistency.
far better than most podcasts. Have you ever? I'm sure you've seen it, where a lot of podcasts they'll do like 1 or 2 episodes and then it's just like gone. Like,
I think that's a lot with like anything that you want to do ambitious wise. Like we should do a podcast, yeah, and then you just
Yeah.
like kind of like we did it.
but it's kind of like it's bad though, because you have to start off with like no one watching it and then like build up consistency to where people like are expecting it. So it's one of those things where I think a lot of people, they start it up and they just like don't get immediate traction, or they like the traction they get is so small that they just stop doing it because they're like, oh, nobody likes this. But in reality, it's just you got to build it up some.
Yep. Yep.
But anyway,
faith has to be rewarded. Payoff has to be made. You know you're gonna get a podcast on Friday unless one of us is either in the hospital or dead. So
yeah. Anyway, I figured I have a new topic that is something we could do every week. Well, what have you been up to in real life this week, Dante? Anything exciting?
everyone knows that I haven't had a real job for like 2 years. And I just keep looking for work. I get temp work sometimes, and that keeps me afloat. And then cool people who watch my streams, and if they toss me a tip, that's really helpful. My real life sucks. It really sucks. I have a dog. I walk my dog, and then she poops and pees, and then I come home and I play Fallout after running around for 4 hours looking for work. So it's not that exciting.
You will get it. What?
Hopefully that will change soon. I did just go apply to be a dishwasher. I know it's really, really impressive, and I'm
Man,
pretty.
you gotta get paid.
I mean, I did. That was my first job I ever had when I was 14. Was a dishwasher. So I mean, if I don't get this job as a dishwasher, I might contemplate suicide. So, but yeah, dishwasher I believe is the bottom of the barrel for me.
At least you're inside.
At least I got a foot in the door. The girl, actually, one of the waitresses that works there, she was like, "Oh, are you? I know you." And I'm like, "Oh my God, no!" And
Please,
she's like,
God.
"You have a YouTube channel," and I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "It's the beard. I always recognize the beard." I'm like, "Yes."
Oh man.
Thank you very much. She was really nice. She was really nice about it. She didn't say anything mean or anything, but I was just like, and as I'm walking out, I fill out my application and put my references and stuff. And I'm walking out, I hand her my application. She's like, "Oh, good luck. I'll tell them about your YouTube channel." I just turn around and I go, "Please,
don't."
God, no."
Dude, I know, right? My parents, like occasionally, like my parents or my grandparents will be like, I'm gonna check out some of your videos you make. I'm like, oh my God, like, could you imagine if my grandparents were like, oh my God, my grandson wants to fuck retarded Kate Upton. Like,
Who's Kate Upton? And then they go Google it and they're like, "Oh my God, call his parents right now."
oh, when people older, like, that are in positions of like you want them to think good about you, and then you have videos. Oh man, it's fucking super cringe when somebody wants to watch.
You're just so innocent. And then
Like,
they're
there's
like,
like,
"I found
I
that
have
video."
a few videos where like if they're like raw gameplay tips and tricks, like I'll have a few videos where it's just like, yeah, I'll let them watch this one. But that's like 10% of the videos I make where it's like acceptable, where it's like video game tips and tricks, but most of them, like, please God, don't watch.
Yeah, I kept the daily vlogging when I was doing that. I kept that from basically my mom until like, I don't know, day 480 something, and I was just like, "This is the thing I've been doing, and I don't know if you want to check it out." And my mom is just so disinterested. She's like, "You're doing that?
Okay.
Fine, that's the thing you do. Fine." I'm like, "You're not like shocked that I film myself every day, and it's like a daily diary thing?" She's like, "No, it's She just has no contemplation that this is like an impressive thing to do. That it's not easy to do. She's
Yeah,
like,
the fact
"Whatever."
that you've done it, you did it for so long was I thought pretty cool. Like, to have that like timeline of just videos where people can.
I mentioned this in my stream the other day because I was talking a lot about like, what am I going to do with my channel? Maybe make a new channel and start from scratch and stuff. Was talking about how like if I ever get approached by like advertisers to like put this in your video and we'll give you $200 because that's a normal thing nowadays. There's no way on the planet anybody's going to look at me and go, "This guy's a fucking sellout," because I have you could see what my life is like on my other channel. I'm not like a fucking
Dude, that
sellout.
is. Yeah, shit. Sorry. Go
So
on.
it's like a great resume to have where people are like, I bet you this guy, he only does YouTube for the money. Because I get that a lot too. And I'm like, no, watch my, like, look at my vlogs, idiot.
Do you really get that a lot? That you only do it for the money?
I talk a lot in my recent streams. I've talked a lot about, because people they want to explain to them why I wasn't making videos, the whole machinima thing, why I'm streaming more often now.
Oh yeah, so if you bring it up, people think that's all your yeah. I know
So
what you mean.
yeah, and when I talk about it passionately, I basically say like I want to do YouTube to be successful at it, not to float at 50,000 subs and be yelled at to play Guild Wars 2 every fucking day. So that's kind of what it was, and I was just explaining.
Yeah, see, luckily I dealt with all that shit like a long time ago. Like I'm at the point to where like I don't know if you saw my video outro where it's just like fuck you.
Yeah, no, I
like
saw
the
that.
video. Go fuck yourself if you don't like it. Like I can really just do that now. But
Right.
when I first quit WoW back in Cataclysm, I went through that same shit. Just like play WoW. I want to watch you play WoW, and I just told all those people to fuck off. And now finally, like I'm free. Mm-hmm. So
I have a video like that that's in the works, but somebody in my stream last night was saying like, I understand what you're saying. It's kind of like you don't want to be stuck in the mediocrity of what you've created, because it's my fault that I made a bunch of Guild Wars 2 videos and that they're entertaining. People expect that. They're conditioned to expect those videos. But when I come out and say, sorry guys, I'm just not as passionate about the game anymore, and I make a really fucking funny or really cool Fallout 4 video that gets 1,000 views and a shit zillion dislikes from people going, he's not playing Guild Wars 2. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to sit in limbo with my channel. So when I brought up the fact that I might make a new channel and not tell anybody the name of it, not link it, nothing, so that nobody goes, that's the Guild Wars 2 guy, because that's what the Dante
see,
channel is.
I
right
wouldn't
now.
do that if I was you. I wouldn't make a new channel.
I don't know what I said to them was like, I will if it gets to DEFCON 5 with this bullshit. Like if I'm putting out cool content and no one's looking at it and people are talking shit and they're just because that's the way my videos are. There's tons of dislikes and a bunch of kids whining about Guild Wars 2. So I'll give it into a little bit into 2016, and if nothing's going anywhere, I have no fucking problem creating a whole new brand because I can do that. So
Yeah, I just don't think that's worth it because you'll run into the same like that's just a thing that people if you do YouTube for long enough that same thing that happened to you with Guild Wars 2 will probably happen again with another game at some point down the road.
but see, moving forward, I am not going to exclusively be playing one game.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe you don't get exclusively play one game, but if you get a lot of popularity off one game, people will expect that.
Well, okay, I can explain it like this is what you're talking about. We could use Markiplier as an example. When Markiplier plays any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games, he gets a shit zillion views because that's where a lot of people found him from. But he's got a lot of audience retention. See, that guy can play Agario or
Yeah.
would you press the button or any of these stupid videos or these it's not videos but these little dumb games, and it's like million views. But Five Nights at Freddy's like fucking 20 million. Like that's totally fine. Like that's the kind of success that I would like to have, and that doesn't bother me. But the thing of it is, you don't see people go to Markiplier video and go, hey man, you're not playing Five Nights at Freddy's. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And then like they all just, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I went through the literally the exact same thing. But I mean, essentially, the way I think you're gonna have to look at it is essentially you are rebuilding the Dante channel, but you're just not starting at ground zero. You're starting at ground 2.
Starting on like the second floor.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
I think that's just I think that's a much better move than starting over, in my opinion. Because I know one of the things I value when I look at it in a YouTube channel is like I think it's cool when somebody's been doing it for a long time and they've got all this shit and it's I don't know. In my opinion, it just makes it more official when you see a YouTube channel and that you just can go back in time and just see it all.
Yeah, and then there are people like, I'm not accusing anybody of this or anything, but there are YouTubers who like were doing their shit and then they exploded due to a game they play, like Daisy or something. And then they think that they have to go back and go, oh, all these shitty old videos, I got to get rid of them because if anybody sees like really bad aspect ratio or poor microphone quality or something like that, then they're just going to call me a fraud and like leave, you know. So a lot of them do that. I get what you mean. It's like it's cool that you can go back and look at that stuff. And I do not think that I'm going to go back and remove any of my videos at all.
I think I have removed one video in my entire like YouTube career, and it was pretty bad for me to remove that one video. And I don't think anybody's realized it, but it was pretty cringe.
Yeah.
But other than that one video, everything I've put up has stayed, and I think people like that. And plus, I'm not gonna lie, I get fucking most of the views I get are just like I just get a small amount of views on this giant library I get of videos I have. Like if you look at my channel, you'd be like, oh, that guy doesn't get that many views. But if you look at my like Social Blade, for example, like I think I'm clocking in at like 800,000 this month.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is just older stuff because I've got so many goddamn videos at this point. Like if you look at IGN, they've got like 85,000 videos, and probably more than that because the last time I checked, it was at like 85,000. It's probably at like 120 now. But if you've just got a giant library of shit, then even if everything only gets 1 or 2 views every now and then, still you've got so many goddamn videos, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had that situation with Machinima when they were paying me like 75% less of what you normally make. I was still pulling in like 35 to 60 bucks a month from them, and I wasn't making anything. And all of that is Guild Wars 2 stuff. Somebody will be like, how do I craft this? And they'll type it because nothing's really changed in Guild Wars 2. Yeah. And I'm glad that that's out there for people to find. But that's again another problem for me is that, you know, people they're gonna find a Guild Wars 2 video, they're gonna check the channel, they're gonna go, well, there's a lot of Guild Wars 2 videos here, and then they're just gonna go, where's the next one? It's like a Video Game Donkey when he doesn't make a League of Legends video. People go, what the fuck is this? You know, not a lot of people because he's a huge channel, and he got fucked over too. Did you know that?
I remember seeing something about League of... Oh, yeah, about Machinima?
No,
yeah, I remember that.
He was with the Game Station. I don't like talking about people when they're not here, but it's all public knowledge. He's made videos about it. But he was with the Game Station, and they did the same shit that Machinima did to him. Well, then he's like, well, really? I'm just going to leave. And then he joined up with Polaris. And he was saying, like, yeah, Polaris treats me way fucking better, and this is great. But, like, that guy was so successful, and he was making a decent amount of money. Young kid, too. And he like moved out of his mom's house, was living in his apartment, had his house all kitted up for videos so he can play stuff and record stuff and all this shit. And all of a sudden TGN is like, you know, the game TGS. Yeah. They fucking cut his money. He starts getting depressed. That kid was fat, right? But he got his life all together. He's doing exercises and he had a great life, all living by himself in his apartment. Then all of a sudden they fuck him. He's losing money. He can't pay for his apartment. He has to move back in with his mom, and he gained a shitload of weight and got depressed. And that sucks. That really sucks. They don't think about that shit that they're doing to people when they do that. So,
yeah, the Machinima thing was very crazy. Like, I had a few people that I know that left Machinima that had to deal with all that shit. Like Chris Smooth, he's like this huge, I almost said huge black guy, but he is a pretty big black guy. But he's this dude that plays all these sports games like NBA 2K. He's really really fucking popular. But he had a problem with leaving Machinima. I'm just going to check his Social Blade and see if he's even got out. Social Blade. Chris. I think his channel name is like... Dude, so get this guy's username. This guy definitely didn't think about branding when he first started his channel up back in 2006. His fucking name is Smooth718954. This dude has got... how many subscribers? 2.7, almost 2.8 million. And yeah, he got out of Machinima because he's with
You can
Broadband
change
now.
your channel name now with the Google Plus and stuff. I think about 6 months.
Yeah, but you can't change that URL. That URL is always there.
Yeah, that
fucking
URL
haunt you.
Yeah, well, it's like with Boogie. Like Boogie's recognizable because it's Boogie. It's like a fucking name, and he has a recognizable face. So it's like the 2988 part is like, why do I remember that? I don't know.
Yeah, his isn't that bad though. Yeah. Fucking Smooth. What is it? Smooth7182954.
That sounds like almost a phone number.
Oh no! What's funny is I watched another podcast and they had this guy on as a guest, and he said the reason he made a YouTube channel is to watch booty clapping videos because they were age-gated, and that's how he started his fucking YouTube career, which is like insanely profitable. Is to watch booty shaking videos to get through the age-gating. That's so fucking amazing.
That's silly.
Yeah, that's good shit, man.
Well, yeah. What would you in real life? You got a job and you're busy all week.
Oh yeah, So I went to a Christmas party for my work, and there was a fucking hypnotist there. Now I know.
I can't wait to hear more about this.
I know what you're thinking. You're like, all right, that's fucking bullshit, right? No. This dude legit fucking hypnotized people. It was crazy.
No, that's what I was laughing about, because you do have those instances where people succumb to the suggestion. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it's crazy. This guy was really good. Apparently, he has been his full-time job for the past 50 plus years was a hypnotist. So I guess you gotta be really fucking good if that's your thing.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, it was legit. It took a long time for him to hypnotize the 4 people he did it to. He did all 4 all at the same time. I would say it was like the show was probably about an hour, and probably 40 minutes of it were just him like getting people to the point where they were hypnotized. But once they were hypnotized, they were like dancing and fucking putting band-aids on their face. And he would say something like this is one guy, he told him just to leave his arm out, like straight out. Like imagine holding your arm straight out to your side. Eventually it gets heavy as fuck and it starts to hurt. And he just did it the entire time. And yeah, and his arm, like when he got unhypnotized, his arm was just like on fire. So it's crazy. I just couldn't believe that was legit.
I think that's like the only appropriate time to have a hypnotist be involved in anything is when like your friends are going to be hypnotized, or your coworkers, people you talk to and are going to get hypnotized. If I'm in a group of random people, I'd sit there and probably be like, I'm suspicious of these people. Maybe they're in on it, but like, no. Like if they hypnotize, your brother or somebody, you're like, ha ha.
It was crazy. Like he did one thing where he would say, all right, when you count to 10, you're gonna pretend that 2 doesn't exist. So it goes 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then he would tell them to count their fingers, and they'd go 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they would be freaked out because they counted 11 fingers on their hands instead of 10, and they would just be dumbfounded at how this shit, like how the fuck what's going on. And then he would do it again, except he'd skip 2 and 3. So it'd be 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and they'd count 12 fingers, and they would just, like, the looks on their faces were absolutely legitimate. And this is one of those things where, like, I thought it was going to be bullshit. Like, I really did. And it wasn't. And I don't know, it's just crazy the way it works. And he did another thing where he got some girl to forget her name, and I don't know, I just can't believe that shit's legit.
It's a good thing they hired the rank 1 hypnotist in the
this
area.
guy was good. But you could kind of see how, like, I was paying a lot of attention to it, and how, essentially how it works is it's like manipulating your subconscious. And he was doing a lot of things before the show. Like, before the show started, he's like, there's a pin on that seat right there. Be sure not to sit on it. You don't want it to prick you. He said that, and then later in the show, he had hypnotized these people to like he said the word like thanks, and he would say, whenever I say thanks, you're gonna feel a prick in your butt. And he would say thanks, and they legit like jump out of their fucking chair. And apparently, from where he had planted that earlier in the show, the pin sticking them, and not to sit down on it. I don't know. This is probably not a very good story for a podcast, but fucking whatever. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's all I got for real life shit. Surely you've heard about this new Donald Trump shit.
No.
Really?
Dude, I didn't. I'm not. I don't look at the news.
Even if you don't watch the news or even like keep up, this is like crazy. So Donald Trump, legit, this is one of the things he said. He's like, if I become president, I will ban all Muslims from entering the U.S. Just flat out fucking said it. That's not me. Not me. Like
it's like a partial quote. I can see him just ban all Muslims.
No, that's legit what he said.
God, he's crazy.
Yeah, that is. That's crazy. But you know what's even crazier is that he's probably only going to get more popular with that. And the scary thing is that is not some like freak like accident that he said that, or like, oh, I can't believe he thinks that way. I know. Like that's a very calculated thing. He sat down with his team of political advisors, and they were like, hey, what if we said we want to ban all Muslims? And then they had some fucking nerd be like, well, sir, we found that 55% of people were in favor of banning all Muslims. And he's like, yeah, fuck it, let's ban Muslims. It's crazy, man.
It's so bizarre. It's like bizarro world around here with politics when it comes to Trump, because it's like he'll just say some outlandish shit and a bunch of people be like, yeah, that I agree with that, and you're looking around like you're in a crowd of people, and they're all majority of them are like, yeah, I agree with that, and you're just looking at them and you think to yourself like, am I the insane one? Like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Dude, you gotta watch some of these Trump rallies, man. I'm not a Trump hater by any means. I just find the shit fucking fascinating.
You better say that now before the
I love Donald Trump. Hail Trump!
I saw one when he was
He's
talking
my
about.
favorite ever.
He was talking about one of his somebody else that's running for president.
Jeb Bush, probably.
No, it was the black guy we were talking about last time.
Ben Carson.
Or whatever the fuck. He had said Carson made up some story about how some guy tried to stab him, and he went to stab him, but he hit him in the belt. So then the knife hit the belt and like kind of deflected off. And it's about Carson's talking about like God was watching over me and shit.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, that's fine, leave that at home. You're running a campaign. But here comes Donald Trump. This is the one rally I have seen, or a clip of it. And Donald Trump comes out, basically outs the guy, and he's outing another Republican, right? He's like, this Carson comes out and he's like, the guy tried stabbing me and hit me in the belt. God saved my life. If it hits you in the belt, your belt will bend and the knife will go through your pants. What is this guy, insane? And he's just like outing this dude. And I'm like, dude, he's part of your party. Do you not understand how politics works, Donald Trump? I mean, I know you want to win, but you're basically saying...
Well, he's trying to win the Republican nomination. He's trying to be the top Republican.
Yeah, yes, of course. But he's also saying he wishes this other guy would have got stabbed. And he also calls him out for lying, too. And I'm just Donald Trump, you got some charisma.
Full fucking retard, though. Like, that dude... Like, he was, like, an interesting candidate first, I thought. Like, when he announced he was running, because I knew him as the neurosurgeon, I was like, oh, shit. A fucking black guy that's a neurosurgeon. Surely he must be, like, real fucking, like, smart and, I'm sure this is going to be real interesting, right? To have, like, a really smart black dude running for president.
Like a scientist.
Yeah, like a scientist. Like a real, like, legit scientist. And then he comes out with all this crazy fucking shit, and you're like, what the hell happened? Oh, God, dude. But anyway, what I was saying about these Trump rallies, dude, you got to watch some of these fucking things. This one I watched was straight up like Hitler's fucking Germany. So in this speech he's giving, he goes, "We're gonna go over there and we're gonna take the oil. To the winner go the spoils." And then the fucking crowd starts chanting USA, USA. Dude, I'm sitting there just shocked. Because realize what he just said. He's like, we're going to go over there and just take their fucking shit.
It's almost like the man doesn't understand that when he's running for president, that the countries he's saying that he's going to invade and steal their resources cannot hear him say that. Like, oh, they won't hear any of this. They speak a different language. We'll go kill them all. And it's
just thought that was insane.
What the fuck is wrong? They obviously hear you say, when I become president, I'm going to invade your country and steal your oil. It's like, what the fuck? And then we're all going, yeah, we're gonna do that.
That was the part.
What the hell?
That was the part that got me fucking a little scared because all the people, when he said that shit, I'm not exaggerating at all. People literally went USA, and he had to like quiet them down. Like they were just that's insane. But anyway, it's gonna be interesting to see if Trump does well, because he really is one of those like alpha personalities for sure that I'm a bit of a history guy, but when you think back to like all the crazy points in history, like with World War II, you've got all these big crazy personalities, like
Hitler.
Yeah, Hitler and fucking Churchill and oh my God, and obviously later on past World War II with Kennedy, like. All the times where there's crazy shit going on, you've got these like real alpha personalities, and Trump is one of those alpha fucking personalities, like a fucking Hitler.
Yeah, you can say Obama was an alpha personality as well because of the way he ran his campaign, his first campaign, where he's like, things are gonna change, blah blah blah, and like people put a lot of faith in him.
I thought that shit was bullshit from the start.
Well, he got elected, so I mean.
Yeah, the thing that's crazy about Trump is like. So, hey, I've got a question for you. Gun to your head, who do you vote for, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump? Gun to your head.
Trump.
I would do the same, just because I'm curious to see how fucking entertaining it would be.
I would actually vote. I'm only voting because I know a lot about Hillary Clinton, and she would make a really bad president.
Dude, the thing about Hillary Clinton is, like, she's, like, secretly evil. Like, she's, like... deceivious in like secretive ways and tries to hide it, whereas at least with Trump he's like, we're gonna take the fucking oil, like he is like all fucking out there. So I would pick Trump as well.
Yeah, she has her hands
She's just a
in
real fucking rat, man.
she has her hands in like the back pockets of the stock market. She's a lot of the people who contribute funds to her campaign are stockholder people, big corporate companies and shit. And they don't do that because well, we really want to see her succeed. They do that because once she becomes president, then they will then go, hey, we helped you get in. Now you got to keep that promise of making sure that you can't regulate our businesses so we can make more money and fuck the poor people, right? She's just she will cause another recession. I'm saying it now. If she gets elected, she will cause another recession, and it will be like, what the fuck?
I don't particularly like either of them, but I don't really like that many of the candidates anyway.
I'd rather have a president who's got like a toupee and he's crazy than a woman who I already know, based on fact and economics, will ruin the country with her decision making. So,
yeah, I just think she's just real fucking evil, like rat bitch.
Plus, there's always that feeling that she's running on this like coattails of, well, we just elected a black president, so I'm a woman, so the country's kind of progressive now. They'll just vote for me. Like, no, we're not. We're progressives. Know the candidates. I'm a progressive person.
I'm curious.
I would never vote for you, Hillary.
You're curious to see if Bernie will fuck her up in terms of like.
Yeah, Bernie will kill her. Bernie's badass.
See, that's the thing. That's one of the things about Trump that a lot of people like. They don't really understand. Like, he is getting he is locking down a particular voter. Like, if you're a fucking crazy, like, if you're one of these, like, Islamophobe, I hate using that word. I fucking hate, but it's the only word I can think of that is appropriate. If you're one of these Islamophobe motherfuckers, you only have one choice. Like, you only have one choice in this election. So he is locking down these people that have these more extreme views, whereas somebody like Bernie and Clinton, they're going to take they're going to dig into each other's votes. And all Trump has to do is get the most votes. He doesn't have to be, like... I know that sounds stupid, but, like... He doesn't have to, like, win the majority of the country. He's just got to win more than the next guy.
I feel if it comes down to Sanders and Trump, that it will be a very close election, but Electoral College will give the decision to either one. Like, you know how, like, with Gore and Bush, how it was, like, so close and shit. But
that shit was crazy. Why the fuck do we even use the electoral? That's just so dumb.
Tradition. I mean, it's dumb as hell, but it's tradition.
Like, Bush lost the popular vote, but still won. I mean, generally the way it goes is usually if you win the electoral college, you win the popular vote, but not that time.
No. And we all know what happened.
Florida coming in strong with them, like, 8th recount votes. Jesus. But what do you think about Bernie Sanders? Because I'm not in the circle jerk for Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, for people who think like I do, because I wouldn't say I'm like a Democrat because I'm not very political. But when a man is running for president and he says something that makes fucking sense, I tend to go, yeah, you would be a good president. So Bernie Sanders comes out and goes, what's the fucking deal with this marijuana situation? You look at Colorado, you look at California, where it's legal, right? In Washington or wherever the hell else. And they're making, like, hand over fist.
Yeah, they make so
tons
much
of money.
Yeah.
And then they could take that money as a state and put it into, you know, revitalizing communities, fixing the roads, doing whatever the fuck they need. But this is a lot of money just from marijuana. Just from marijuana. And so Bernie Sanders is like, why don't we just fucking legalize all of this? And
yeah, I know he wants to, like, legalize it and then, like, shut down a lot of the prisons, too. So I'm sure the prison guard unions love him.
Some of the prison shit you have to really do your homework on. Like, he can stand there and go blah, 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 and I understand it. But to explain it is like teaching a seminar. Like, oh, this is boring. But it makes sense. Yeah. But the marijuana thing makes even more sense. People want to buy it. It would get rid of a lot of crime because you wouldn't be fucking pulling people over for marijuana infractions and fining people and whatnot. And the populace will spend the money. And these assholes, all of them, Democrat, Republican, they always talk about the economy. How do we revitalize the economy? Well, you got to get motherfuckers to spend their money on weed when you legalize it and don't make it a federal thing. Legalize it across all states and don't do this bullshit where, like, it's still illegal federally. Like, no.
Yeah, that's
make it legal.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, where even in the places where it is legal, I don't know if it's even legal. I think it might just be is it legal anywhere or is it just decriminalized?
In Colorado, it's legal.
Yeah, but I remember reading up like even in Colorado where it's like legal, they still won't let you like let some of these dispensaries put their money in the bank and like lots of like just little bullshit things to where
There's
like yes it's legal but they're like making it a real pain in the dick.
what that is just I just lost the word. The way that they go about the paperwork of this, because it's such a new thing. It's like, well, what do we do? Do we let them do this? And then they have to vote on that. So, but I think one of the things that you're thinking of is it's legal, but you can't go to the weed shop and buy like 2 pounds of it, because then you could just sell it yourself, right? So there's a certain amount that you're not allowed to possess over, and I don't know what that number is, but it's a reasonable amount.
I just know that even in the places where it's legal or decriminalized, it's still a real pain in the ass, and there's a lot of bureaucratic
That's the
hoops
word
you
I
need to jump through.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking. Bureaucracy, and it takes time. These things take time. This is a progressive thing. I mean, you got to understand. For like nearly 100 years, the federal government has been trying to condition everyone into thinking that smoking marijuana is going to make you drive your car off a cliff, or fucking murder your family, or shoot yourself. Like, remember those? Have you read those commercials of the kids like, "Oh, I found my dad's gun. Sweet dude, you want to see it? We're smoking doobies." And then all of a sudden, it's like fade to black gunshot. And it's like, "Don't smoke weed." It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, you could do that.
You wouldn't
drunk.
download a car.
It's so stupid. Like, you can. It's destructive to get in a car after you drink a lot of beer, but you know, prohibition's been over for a long time, and clearly it makes a lot of money. I'm very good friends with a guy who owns and operates a liquor store. He's got a liquor license, and he's like, dude, liquor license in this town is like fucking printing money. I'm like, yeah, I bet it is, because everyone who lives here is depressed and stupid. So, but what the fuck? And then you tax it, and then you make money doing that, and then, you know, oh, we got to, oh my God, we're in such debt, China, blah, blah, blah. Well, then fucking legalize it, and then pay off some of our debt.
Yeah.
But they won't do that, because that's like the people saying, yeah, it was our idea the whole time. You didn't listen to us. And it's like, no, it has to be like, oh, some Republican Party thought of it. Bernie Sanders, we have to give credit to Bernie Sanders. It's like, that's how they want to sort of nail this message out. When in fact, Bernie Sanders is just a dude.
Yeah, I think a lot of Bernie Sanders, like, I like a lot of the stuff he's saying, but at the same time, I think it's like very pandering. It's like he is like preaching to the choir in a lot of ways. He's like, yeah, all you guys with lots of student loans, we're going to get rid of those. It's like, oh,
that's not going to happen. Obama said that. Obama was going to do like a loan forgiveness thing. See, the thing of it is, when you think about the president of the United States, he doesn't have the singularity power. Yeah. Like when Trump goes, we're gonna murder all the Muslim children that come out of the womb, or whatever crazy shit he says next. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. I mean, the other people in the Senate or in the House of Representatives are probably going to be like, yeah, it's okay, Trump. Well, we'll just vote no on that, and you can continue to be crazy.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are saying about Bernie, is that like a lot of his ideas are just, they're not going to go anywhere, because people are going to be like, no. Like the people in the House and in the Senate are just like, no.
Well, see, and the thing of it is, the way that you can change the minds of the people in the Houses and the Senate is when you get Senate races coming up, vote. Just vote these fucking old cracky fucks out.
That's the thing. Get them out of here. With Trump's supporters, they go and fucking vote. Whereas with a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters are like young people. They're like, fuck, I want to sleep in.
See, you're
all that weed.
You're demonizing weed right now. You might as well be. You're just a Trump man.
Yeah. Keep that weed. I love Donald Trump. He's my favorite. All hail the Fourth Reich.
I mean, I think people who are in their like mid-20s to mid-30s are now the more progressive people in the country. They go vote. I mean, even if they want to legalize marijuana, or if they think same-sex marriage is totally fine and they have no problem with it, whereas like older folks would be like, that's a desecration. What they say now, they go, what's next? You can marry your dog? And I'm like, dude's been marrying his dog. Like, this has already happened. Many people marry their own dogs. Is it legal marriage? No. But they think it is. You're going to go jump down. That's so stupid. No, we don't want to legalize the marriage of our dogs. Oh, what's next? You're going to fuck your dog? No. But we do go to the polls and vote. But the most important thing about all of this, guys, is know who you're fucking voting for. Don't write Mickey Mouse in the fucking ballot because you're just an idiot. You want the sticker that says I voted.
Are you going to go vote?
Yeah, of course I am. I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah. See, I haven't voted like for any presidential candidate.
I don't blame you for never wanting to vote for anybody. Look at the presidents that you had
Yeah,
to
see,
grow
that's the
up
thing
with.
is like I'm not like complaining. I'm not fucking complaining, but I haven't gone out to vote just because I haven't given enough of a shit. Like I'm part of the problem, I guess, but like I just don't care for any of the candidates. Well, I don't know. I guess
You
I'm
have to
curious
be interested. You have to be interested in politics to end up
care.
at the
Yeah,
voting
that's the
booth.
thing.
You know what I mean? You have to be interested to end
like
up.
I
at
haven't
the-
ever gone and voted just because it's just like, whatever. Like
Right.
maybe I'd go vote for some local shit, like that affects my city, like for the mayor or something. If there was like some kick-ass mayor that I liked, I'd probably go vote for that. But for like the presidential stuff, like right now, like I'm probably not gonna fucking vote, just because I'm not. I could really care less either way. Like if Bernie wins, okay. If Trump wins, okay. If Clinton wins, okay. It's like I don't know. That doesn't particularly interest me. I
You don't
guess,
really have a
enough.
stake in it either way. Regardless
Yeah,
of
like
who it
if
is,
somebody
yeah.
told me to vote for somebody, I'd just be like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like you have to, like business owners, people who pay business tax and that sort of thing. Certain presidential candidates' policies might actually rub their business the wrong way and go, well, if he's going to tax me more money on selling my booze or selling my cigarettes or whatever, you're probably not going to vote for them. Like I'll tell you why I voted for Obama. He's black. And
well, at least you're honest.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not lying about it. I wanted to see a black president, and I wanted to see white people freak out, and they did. But he also stood his ground on net neutrality, which was really important to me. And when you talk about,
Trump with that.
you talk about like Sanders, pandering and saying like, oh, you don't want marijuana legal? I do too. Well, Obama was like that. He wanted to connect to younger people, and it's like, net neutrality is important. This is what it means. And even I didn't know what net neutrality was. And I'm the guy who sits there and makes money, on the internet. And so I was like, well, I don't give a fuck what anything else this guy wants. Keep net neutrality, keep the internet neutral, get those fucking those corporations out of my business. That's why I voted.
Yeah.
But when I was your age, I was like, oh, I don't fucking care who wins. And then, but I mean, not like if I voted, anything would have changed. But then we got George Bush for 8 years and a lot of laughs. And a war. So I mean,
and a war that's cost us billions of dollars.
And now
Yay!
now I'm a little older, and I'm like, I kind of give a shit, but I'm not like if when I was your age, the level of how much I gave a fuck was like 0. My level of how much I give a fuck now is like 3.
Yeah, see, I give a fuck. I've like been keeping up with politics a little bit more now for whatever reason. Just because I find it so entertaining. Like, this fucking presidential race is gonna be super entertaining. But when it comes to actually voting in it, like, I don't give a fuck. I know it's crazy that I'm, like, keeping up with it. But anyway, what I was saying about Trump and the internet is, like, Trump made, like, one of the most cringeworthy fucking statements ever regarding the internet in the same day as the Muslim thing.
Oh, God, what?
He literally went, like, we're losing a lot of young people to this internet. We need to collect all the top minds together and figure out how to shut this thing down. We need to call up Bill Gates and ask him how to shut the internet down. Like,
What?
he literally said something along the lines of that. Like, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he literally said, like, we need to get Bill Gates and all the top scientific minds on how we got to shut down this internet thing. It was real cringe. I'm not making that up, by the way. That's a thing.
That is not a good move, Trump. Shouldn't have done that.
See, that won't happen.
He didn't run that one by his campaign manager before he said it. That was just off the top of his head. I'm
sure people cheered because the people that show up at those rallies are like,
those people are so
the fucking Kool-Aid.
Those fucking plebs are like, yeah, fuck the internet.
Wait,
I don't use it.
Netflix. Wait, isn't Netflix on the internet?
I don't have Netflix. I don't need it. Get that internet out of here.
Like, what the fuck? Won't happen, dude.
No,
if that actually happened, people would riot. Like, one of the few things that would get the U.S., like, everybody's too fat and happy to, like, actually do any, like, sort of real protesting like they did in, what's that country that had that crazy protest near Russia?
Egypt?
No, not Egypt. Oh, my God, I feel like such an idiot. Oh, they were, like, legit at their protesting. Russia. They didn't want to join, or they wanted to join... Ukraine, yeah. Yeah, they wanted to join the UN, and... their fucking corrupt ass leader didn't like let it happen until eventually those motherfuckers, that was a protest. Yeah. Those fucking people set up like forts in the street.
Oh, yeah.
With like anti-siege like dude, crazy.
It's almost like they went there and they stole all the military stuff that they could
dude,
from
those
the local
those
cop
protests.
stations.
That's a protest. What they did in the Ukraine, people fucking died. Like a lot of people fucking died and went missing that they still haven't found. That is a fucking protest. And the only way we're gonna get something like that in the U.S. is if they shut down the fucking internet, because people will be so pissed they don't have Netflix anymore.
Yeah, you take away a couple 100 million people's access to porn, you're gonna show up to that voting booth to veto that shit.
But dude, you talk about a protest. That's a fucking protest right there. Those fucking and they won. They wanted that guy to fucking step down, and he fucking did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it got to the point where they were being non-violent for the most part, and then one day they just got tired of the shit and they said, "All right, we're gonna give you until this point, and then we're gonna go fucking crazy."
And then we're
gonna militarize this shit.
Russia shot an airplane down over Ukraine and it killed a bunch of people too.
Oh,
so
I don't know anything about that, but like,
yeah, this is during that period of time too, where they're like, hey, and then they just shot a fucking surface-to-air missile at this commercial jet, and then it crashed in Ukraine, and then Russia's like, see, they shot down a fucking plane, and then they did an investigation. It's like, Russia, you did that. And you say Fourth Reich, if that happens. And people are dumb enough to all be like, yeah, get rid of the internet, or even institute net neutrality, where like you have to pay more money to go to certain websites, or you have to pay extra if you're going to go watch porn or some nonsense like that. That will be how the next, mini world war
people
will
would
start.
Go crazy. Well, I wouldn't say world war, but
we would kill
that would be
him.
one of the few things that would get Americans off their fat ass to actually go and protest.
Oh yeah, sieging
people seem to think that like the fucking Black Lives Matter protests, those are hardcore. No, the Ukraine, that's a fucking protest right there. Mm-hmm. What those motherfuckers did is legit. And that guy, that the president of the Ukraine, he fucking ran away. He ran off to fucking Russia for asylum because they were gonna fucking kill him.
They were they were going to literally kill him.
Yeah, and they flat out said it. And then he's like, oh shit, time to fucking run. And he did. Well, anyway,
people don't like corrupt shit. Where people are getting they're getting their shit together. They're like, hey, guess what? This guy's a corrupt asshole politician. It's like some of those Middle Eastern countries. I don't have any specifics because I'm a white American. Can you give me a break?
Stupid ass Americans, yeah.
But there was like one of those. They had a vote to who was going to be the president of this country or some shit, and everyone was like, we like this guy. We'll call him Kyle. Kyle's great, but Ben has been the president for like 10 years, and he sucks, and we hate his policies, and our country is going into the ground. Everyone vote for Kyle, and it was like a countrywide thing, like, yeah, fucking get this guy out of politics. Everyone voted for Kyle. Kyle fucking did not win. Ben won because they twisted the votes, and they're like, hey, but at least we had a vote, right? And then everyone was like, kill him.
Yeah, that happened with Saddam Hussein,
and then he fucking stepped down.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, no, sometimes it just takes people to go fucking a little crazy to get some shit done.
Trump's got a personal jet nearby, so he's all right. He can fly somewhere.
The thing about Trump, though, that it's gonna sound fucked up, but it's true. Like, he really will use the power of the United States to like bully other countries in a way that would help the United States. Like what he's saying about like going over there and like just saying like fuck you guys, we're the biggest baddest motherfucker in this bar and we do what we want. Like if he became like we could do that as the United States and it would help our country, but it's not really the right thing to do, but fuck it. Yeah. Like it's one of those things where like I feel like some of the more left shit. Whatever. I'm not gonna right left this thing. But I feel like some people will be like, "Oh, that's so fucked up." But like at the same time, I'm sitting here like, if we did just go over there and jack their fucking oil, that'd be kind of nice. And the way that
we've been going about this for the last 40 to 50 years now is when we want to go after a country, we just create an incident.
We like fucking help them more than we go after them. It's like,
no, what I'm saying is like the whole Pearl Harbor thing. Like to get us involved in the war, we weren't going to be like, yeah, fuck that, let's get in this war. It was like, no, we're not involved. But the president at the time, I forget who it is, he knew that they were going to bomb Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I've heard
and he
that
let it
conspiracy.
happen.
I think
I mean,
it's-
this is
I don't know if
this
it's
is
a
like
conspiracy or not, but
no, it's not a conspiracy. It's just fucking true. Like
Yeah,
it just time has gone by, and we have learned that now because people have found files and stuff a bit of it being like, yeah, we knew. It's like with Gulf of Tonkin. That's how we got into
Yeah.
Vietnam War,
I was-
and with 9/11.
that was actually a topic I had of what conspiracies you believe in. That's kind of funny that we're
Well,
going
I
down
mean,
this road.
we'll go into we can get into the conspiracies right after this, but the thing is, like the Gulf of Tonkin is not a
Yeah,
conspiracy.
no, that's
We
real.
know it
Yeah,
happened.
that's crazy. A lot of people don't know about that. That's
9/11 is a conspiracy, but I would not be surprised if in 40, 50 years someone says, well, we needed to get involved with Iraq or some shit,
Cheney's
so we
shaking
let
his
it
fucking-
happen.
Cheney's rubbing his hands together.
You know what I mean? Like, I would not be surprised if that's... But Trump, and the way he says, well, we're just going to go there, that's really not how we get involved in wars.
It's not,
and
but
that's
it could
kind
be.
of scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, your women, we're going to go rape them, and by the way, we're taking all of your shit. We're America. And then the whole crowd...
USA!
Woo! Where's the barbecue? You know, it's like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, it's crazy! Holy shit. It's so fucking crazy. But anyway, so what conspiracies do you believe in? Let's go ahead and... or maybe not believe in is the right word, but you think could be plausible, I should say.
That's more of a way to put it. Aliens.
I think pretty much anybody with a brain fucking believes in aliens. That's just...
But for me, it's about whether or not I think it's plausible when you see like reports of shit happening. I think it was somewhere in Mexico, like a bunch of lights were in the sky and like thousands of people saw this like triangle. This triangle spaceship.
Yeah.
And then it just goes poof, and like just like a teleport just goes. It did all the lights converge and it just goes straight up. And there's video of it from like multiple sources. I think that might have really happened, but I don't prescribe to any real like I think they're studying us, or I think that like we're like their pets and they're like influencing our leaders to cause these wars, or you know, some shit like that. That's a little weird to me. But like aliens, and there was one other one that I don't believe in the reptilian shit because that's a little weird.
That's just dumb. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
I do believe in or I should say it is plausible that the whole Bilderberg group thing is real too.
Yeah. No, I don't particularly, not so much the Bilderberg shit, but I do think there's obviously groups, very powerful people are obviously going and meeting with each other. I think that's just inevitable, whether they're fucking reptiles or Bilderberg people or Freemasons or whatever it is. I think that is almost a certainty, really.
Not to loop back around into politics, but if the Koch brothers are any indication of people with a lot of money controlling a lot of power in this country, then I certainly believe they're not the only two guys that are doing.
No, I'm sure rich, powerful people have gone and met up with each other for a very long time. I don't think that's anything new. And in terms of aliens, I think pretty much anybody that understands the vastness of the universe, they have to exist. Like, the universe is so fucking big, there is so much fucking shit that aliens are a certainty. But whether they've come to this planet or even near this planet is kind of up in the air, I guess. But I definitely wouldn't rule it out.
Neil deGrasse Tyson has a thing where he said, he's like, if you look at the way that a human is compared to like the chimp, our closest DNA connected relative or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Their intelligence compared to ours is like fucking the distance is wide. Like they're not smart.
We're only like 2% different from them.
Yeah, but we're only so and so different. But we're fucking way smarter than the chimp. Now, what if there exists a being out in space that has discovered us and how we are very much DNA near equivalent to them, but the distance of intellect between us and the chimp is in the opposite direction. Like they look at us and go, "Oh, look at them down there. They're doing quantum mechanics. Little Tommy did that shit yesterday.
What a bunch of fucking retards.
What a bunch of retarded plebs down there going, oh." That's and the way that he presents it is that maybe they have seen us and go, we're not worth fucking talking to, you know?
Yeah, that reminds me of like somebody asked me if I believed in a creator, and I was like, maybe not a divine one, but there could have been a creator.
Like anything interesting.
Yeah.
I believe in that, please, because Sky Cloud Man from the Middle East who is white for some reason. That's a little. You're not hooking me in on that story, geez.
Yeah, the whole like LOL, one guy built a giant fucking boat and got every animal ever on it. Like, when I was 7, I was like, that's fucking dumb. Like, are you serious with this shit? Like, people believe this? One guy and his, like, small family built a boat and got every animal ever on it?
Two of every animal, so they would survive.
All of them.
Yeah, every one of them. And none of them would fucking eat each other on this boat, by the way.
Yeah, and what the fuck did they eat? Who knows?
Grain or something. I'm sure it's explained.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's explained. Oh.
Not to bring up Felonious again, but when he was growing up, he went to a Christian school. And on Easter, I was like, I said, like, dude, can I come visit your school? I just want to see, you know? Like, half of it was like, I just want to fucking screw with these kids. But the other half was like, I was kind of genuinely interested. And I go there, and I guess it's like, since it's Easter, it's a holiday, so there's not a whole lot of schoolwork that they're doing. Uh-huh. They pop in this fucking video, right? You know, when you go to class, and it's like, oh, we're just watching a video, free ride.
It's amazing.
It's a video about, I forget the name of the guy, but the dude's, he's like a creation theorist or some shit. He's talking about how did the Noah's flood happen? Because for whatever reason, these guys all have to now have... Where'd all the fucking
water go, too?
They have to fucking have these scientific explanations for why a flood would happen instead of it just being a story with a moral that you can learn from. No, there has to be an explanation. So this guy's like, back in the day, back in biblical times, there was a sphere of ice in the atmosphere, like surrounding the planet. And it filtered out X-rays and all kinds of bad solar radiation. And that's why there's 10-foot tall human skeletons, and those were biblical skeletons and all this shit. But then later in the video, it's like, this is all part of Noah's flood. This is where the water came from. The water came from the sky because God decided, like he said to Noah, get the animals, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes and he melts all the water, and the water crashes onto Earth, and that's why Noah had to build the boat. But then there's dudes on the internet who are like very smart professors, and they've made like videos going. There's a series on if any of you find this entertaining. It's a series called Why Do People Laugh at Creationists? Just Google that. You'll find a bunch of shit. But the thing is, they break it down scientifically. Like, if the water was crashing from the height that it needed to be surrounding the planet, it would have boiled the air around all of us and liquefied or boiled the blood inside of our veins, and we would have exploded. And it's just, there's no reason you need to scientifically explain this. It's a moral story.
Yeah, also, like, where'd all the fucking water go? Like... Where does it go? If the whole planet is flooded, where the fuck does all the water go?
Well, there were apparently no water on the planet. That's the explanation. Yeah, there was very little water on the planet. The oceans weren't like as vast as they were until the flood happened. Whatever. But the moral of my story going to this school is, I know nothing about the Bible. I don't know any quotes, passages, nothing. One of the pastor guys comes up. Sorry, I was just trying not to burp. One of the pastor guys comes up. He's like, "Oh, your name is Dante. Nice to meet you. Thank you for visiting our school." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a pretty cool place." He's like, "Oh, can I ask you what's your favorite Bible verse?" And I was like, Austin 3:16. And he's like, "Oh, I don't believe I know that one." I fucking stumped this guy who's supposed to be like, he knows everything about the Bible. And he's like,
I thought you were joking when you said that.
No, I actually said that to this man. And he was like, I have to find that one. I don't have that one on memory. And I'm like, you'll love it.
Fucking idiot.
He didn't ask me to tell him what it was, though, which is what I thought. I was like, oh my God, he's going to ask me what it means. And I'm going to have to say what it means to this person, and they're going to kick me out of the school. But they did not ask me. The guy didn't, and I just walked away, and Felonious was like, I can't believe you fucking did that. You got me in so much trouble.
School on a school day?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a day. Went to classes with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went to. It was weird. A day that the public school had the day off on Easter. They didn't have the day off, but I had to. There was a dress code, but I had like spike blonde tips, you know, because I was a '90s kid, and that kind of freaked out a lot of the kids that were there. They're like, "What? How can you have dyed hair?" And I'm like, "Kid, you don't know shit. Let me teach you the rest of the world."
Dude, oh man. Have you ever encountered any fucking homeschooled people?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's a fucking thing. Like, all the shit that people said about, like, homeschool people being weird, they are fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a social thing. They don't have a lot of social practice.
Yeah, that's the thing that... I disagree with homeschooling, not because I think that you don't get a better education, because you do. I'm sure you fucking do, in terms of, like, book smarts. But all of the important shit I learned in high school had nothing to do with the curriculum at all. Like, it's all the fucking social shit of, like... Oh, look at that. I can tell this girl's a whore because she's doing this right here. And like, oh, shit. You know, I know that like when you see people get in fights and it's all the stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. That's the glory of high school is
A
all the
lot of
stuff
that
you learn
you
there.
will take with you as an
Yeah.
adult. And these people that I've only met like a few of them, but they are very unable to be like, "Hello, my name is so and so. Nice to meet you." It's like they're scared. They're scared of everyone because some of them we had in my school, for whatever reason, it's kind of like being Amish. Like when you turn a certain age, they go, "Well, you can have one day outside of our little commune, and if you decide to not be Amish anymore, you can. Or when you come back, you have to be Amish forever." Sometimes they send these homeschool kids to high school for like a year. Be like, okay, you're gonna go there and see if you like public school, and it's just like a fucking nightmare. These guys, because like I don't know what to say. Oh my god, oh
Yeah.
jeez, and then and then you just want to be friends with them because they're new and they're like, I don't know, and they whip out like their sanitizer, they rub their hands with it. They're like, oh shit, mom always told me to keep my hands clean, and you're just like,
See,
what the fuck is
I
this?
feel like if some of these like homeschooled, like if I was a dude that was homeschooled and some like overly aggressive like beta pussy faggot dude came up to me and was like pushing me and trying to get into a fight with me, like if I was homeschooled, I probably wouldn't know how to deal with that. But since I had gone to fucking whatever, however many 12 years through school, you know how to deal with that fucking retard. Whereas if you were homeschooled, you probably don't have the same sort of experiences where, like me and you, for example, have probably dealt with that situation like many times where it's like, oh yeah, this is how you de-escalate this, or maybe you don't de-escalate it. Or
I had to de-escalate a lot of shit because we're big guys, and I've been big ever since I was about maybe 14 years old. That's like kind of when I stopped really growing. I was just like this gigantic guy.
Wait, you
And-
stopped growing at 14?
Well, my shoe size got to 16.
You were one of
and-
those like. You were one of those fucking people I hated back in high school because I was a late bloomer and I was really like competitive into sports.
Okay.
And dude, I was a fucking child until I was like essentially like 19.
Yeah. Yeah,
Go on, though.
I woke up one day. My mom, well, about the de-escalation thing, people would always try to pick fights with me, guys that were my size, because they thought that I was like intimidating and whatever. And I'm like, I play video games, dude, and I go bowling. That's my sport. Get the fuck away from me. But yeah, I woke up one day, and my mother always hated it when I couldn't like get dressed, like get up, get dressed, and I'd take my time getting dressed. To the point where she would put my clothes out before she'd wake me up because like this is what you're gonna wear. Hurry the fuck up and get on the bus. And I was like, all right, because she was my bus driver. And so one fucking day, I wake up and I'm like, Mom, none of this fits anymore. And she's like, damn it, Dante, you piece of shit. Fuck you. These are new clothes. And I'm like, they don't fit. And she literally had to come over and like I had to prove to her like I can't wear these pants. They don't fit. And so I didn't go to school all that day. And then we went shopping, and my mom was like, "I can't fucking believe it." So I had a growth spurt
That should
like
happen
overnight.
with shoes. Like,
Oh yeah, shoes
yeah,
too.
shoes in
The whole-
particular did not last long because
Yeah.
both me and you have these fucking waffle stomper flipper shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was praying. She told me this too. Like later on, she's like, "I was praying your feet would stop growing." I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "Because, dude, 16s.
Yeah,
You can't even go to
once
the
you get
store."
past, like I wear 15s, and rarely I find stuff that goes up to 15. And if it goes up to 15, it fucking stops at 15. So you're at that point of no return where shit's like impossible to find.
I go into a store. I ask if they have any. They don't.
Yeah, they don't have 15s either. Like if I go to the mall, none of them carry even a single size 15, much less a fucking 16.
The shoes I'm wearing now were the last shoes I bought, and I bought them in 2005. And I went into a Skechers, and they're like, "We got a size 16," and I was like, "Sweet." And it's just like normally if there's any like if they say, "Yeah, we've got some," they're usually either pink or they have like a hot, like bright color on them. That's why they don't sell, but they're still in the store. Nope, decent pair of shoes, fine. And my friends are like, "Don't you get some new shoes?" I'm like, "I don't want to pay $300 for a new pair of shoes."
Yeah, you could probably like what I do is I go on like Nike.com. And you can like Nike ID something where you can essentially like make the shoe, and it's a little bit more expensive. It's like I think you pay like $5 or $10 more, plus the shipping for whatever you want. But you can get like pretty decent like sizes. But a lot of those, like the pair of shoes I just recently got, well not recently, like last summer, they only went up to 15. So I don't know. You might be a little bit fucked because most of the times when I get shoes, they stop at 15 unless it's basketball stuff.
Yeah. When I got my first job as a security guard, right after I graduated high school, they were like, "You need a pair of boots with metal toes in them." And I'm like, all right, so that cost me like $500.
What
But
fucking boots did you get?
oh, they were like Red Wing, I believe, was it the brand?
Those are nice boots though. Red
Yeah.
Wings are fucking nice.
And they're just like they have to have traction and they have to have metal toes in it. And I'm like,
Yeah, those
all
things
right.
last like forever though.
Yeah, I still have them.
Yeah, yeah. If you were gonna say like fucking Timberlands, I was gonna make fun of you. But you said
Timberlands.
Red Wings are actually. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not a big boot guy. I don't wear any boots. But my dad's got a pair. I think he's got a few pairs of them, honestly, because I think they just last forever.
And I'm glad they told me that I needed to get them because, man, I got into a lot of like little altercations with dudes, and you're trying to grab a dude from behind and handcuff him. They're just trying to stomp your feet because it's old gangster bullshit. But fuck you, I got steel toes, bitch. And so they always lose the battle.
Stomping of the feet thing never bothered me. Like, even when I didn't wear, like, for whatever reason, that doesn't fucking hurt me at all when somebody stomps my feet. Maybe I guess just because I got these big ass fucking feet, and there's
Because
so
our
much
feet
area.
are actually like legs.
Yeah, there's like so much surface
arms.
area that I guess it just doesn't hurt. But like, you know when somebody steps on your foot and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I stepped on your foot." Like, I'm like, whatever. Like, it doesn't faze me at all because I've just got these fucking waffle stompers that I just like clonk around in all day.
Bad habit of having big feet. If any of you have big feet out there, you'll understand this. Whenever I'm walking behind somebody and I'm kind of like paying attention to something like maybe my phone or if I'm looking at signs, I hit them in the back of their on their heel, and then they turn around and they look, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. It's a force of habit. I have giant feet. And
they
then
call that
and they laugh
the flat tire, where you fucking like knock their shoe off the back of their heel and then they step on the back of it. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah. Sometimes they walk out of their own shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, sorry, I got big feet. I wasn't paying attention to the safety radius of having huge feet, and then they usually laugh it off. So
yeah, dude. Speaking of fucking clothes, though, have you ever worn like high dollar underwear, like the fucking like overly expensive like bullshit?
oh.
So you've been like me, where you just like go to Walmart and get like Hanes whatever, and just like. So, dude, I fucking splurged on this pair of underwear, right? Let me find them on Amazon, dude.
Oh, I thought you might find them like you're real.
No,
Let me find them. They're somewhere.
No.
I keep them close because I paid so much.
So they're called ex officio give and go boxers or boxer briefs. These things are fucking amazing. They are expensive as shit. I think I paid $18 a pair. Because I had to get new underwear because my old ones are like fucking goddamn gym shorts now because I'm smaller. But dude, these things are fucking amazing. Like, if anybody wants to like is in the market for underwear, dude, try out Ex Officio Give and Go Boxer Briefs. They make your dick look amazing. It's like a bra for your cock. That's what it's like, dude. Because they like fit, they like form fit everywhere but your dick. It's just like you sit there. You like look in the mirror and you're like, wow, these things make my dick look amazing. They're good, man. I bought one pair of them.
They look like a wetsuit, kind of.
Yeah, they're like I don't know, like they're fucking nice. I don't know what to say other than they're fucking nice. I think I paid $18 a pair for them. I think it's $16.98 on Amazon Prime right now if you're interested. But people are gonna laugh at this, going, "Oh, he bought them because they make his dick look awesome." But
well, it says here that like they've been treated with some microbe shield to prevent and control odor-causing bacterias and shit like that.
But they're really like breathable. But anyway, I figured since we were talking about clothes, because I bought one pair and I was like, let me just try these fuckers out. Let's see it, because I had to get new fucking underwear anyway. So I was like, I might as well get the best, right? You ever do that shit where you need some like sort of routine thing? You have to replace something, and then you just look up the best version of whatever the fuck thing is you're buying.
I've only done that with one thing, and that is with the camera battery for my vlogging camera. Because I'm like, oh, this default battery doesn't cut it.
Yeah, but like whenever I'm in the market for a new pair of shoes, I always go and look up a bunch of different shoes and like shoe reviews.
Right.
And, like I went, like when I bought a pair of running shoes, I went and looked up like, how does these perform against these? And
because you wouldn't want to get Timberlands and have people laugh at your ass.
Yeah, but I did that with boxers, and apparently these are the fucking shit, and they fucking are. They've got 3,259 reviews on Amazon and an average of 4.5 stars. So I guess everybody fucking likes them, but they're nice. And they make your cock look amazing. So
you sound like the perfect commercial for this product.
Dude, I wish these people sponsored me, because I bought 10 fucking pairs of these things. I bought one pair and I was like, all right, This shit's over. I'm getting a bunch of these.
Where have you been all my life situation.
Yeah.
I can see the commercials like they got this. They keep the bacteria from causing. They're breathable. 4 out of 5 stars. Everyone loves them. And then at the end, you're just like, and they make your cock look amazing. And it's just,
They
it's
do.
like the tagline.
Yeah, but the material they're made out of is pretty nice. So, ex officio give and go boxer briefs. They get the fucking podcast thumbs up. It's the fucking underwear podcast where we talk about.
Don't be afraid to contact us.
Yeah, really. If you want to sponsor us, even with just free fucking underwear, I'll take some more.
We're down. We have no problem.
Yeah, really. We'll take your money. Anyway, well, you got a topic. You said you had a topic.
I do, but ex officio, you don't have to send us money right away. You can just send us free underwear first, and we'll just go from there.
Dude, they are so much fucking nicer.
That's what I did with my quote-unquote little sponsorship that I had with Warrior Energy Drink. They're like, well, we'll send you a bunch of our energy drinks, but we're not looking to sponsor you, which I thought that was a stupid move on their part. But they did send me like 5 cases of the shit. And I gave some of it.
I remember that.
Yeah, I did want to bring this up. Have you seen this fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 trailer?
Yes, with Megan Fox in the fucking schoolgirl outfit.
Well,
how
that's
fantastic
fine.
Is that shit?
Yeah, that's fine. Megan Fox is pretty, but like I'm one of the people who's like I want a quality Ninja Turtles film because I grew up with Ninja Turtles. The first movie that they had.
I'm not a huge fan in terms of like keeping up with it, but I heard a lot of people complaining that there's like way too many characters going on.
For example, in the first movie, the Foot Clan are a fucking terrorist group that shoot guns. They are not that at all in the source material, and I'm talking the comics and the TV show for kids.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fucked up. Shredder is not a white man. He is a Japanese man. So in the first movie, they fucked up a lot of shit. This trailer makes the movie look so much better compared to in comparison with the source material. The turtles are smaller. They're these gigantic, jacked up turtles in the first film. Now it's like they're smaller. They have brighter colors. And they're actually paying homage to some shit. Donatello has a Super Nintendo controller on his wrist, and it probably activates like tech or something that he built. But the Super Nintendo had the most Ninja Turtles games on it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of badass. The comedy is better. April's in the trailer, but she doesn't she's funny in the trailer. Like where the new Foot Clan, who are not terrorists with guns, they're actually ninjas like they're supposed to be. They like surround her and they're like, oh, we're going to do something. And she says something along the lines of like, this isn't going to end well for you, right? And then Ninja Turtles like show up and kick their ass or whatever. Shredder in this is a fucking Japanese dude. Like a Japanese actor straight up. And no shit. Bebop and Rocksteady are in this movie. That's fucking
That's the Rhino
awesome.
and the other guy, right?
And the boar, yeah. And they look like the source material, but, modernized.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've noticed about with movies that go off comic books and like stuff like that. They're like a lot more accurate now. Like if I was into superheroes and stuff like that back in the 90s and 80s, like it just sucked. Like all those movies were shit compared to what we've got now.
Oh yeah, the Captain America movie where he there's a scene where Captain America has to trick this old man into getting out of his car, and then he turns around and runs over to his car and steals it so he can get from place to place.
Yeah,
it's so fucking. Some of those movies are
Batman as George Clooney. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
How could you be a Batman fan as a kid and then go watch that bullshit and be excited at all?
Batman
Whereas
and Robin.
now with Marvel, Marvel makes good shit. They are fucking really, what's the word? They have a big attention to detail with a lot of their stuff, and they hide a lot of Easter eggs in their movies and stuff like that, which is very.
They kind of fucked up with the Wolverine, that movie where he goes to Japan, a little bit. They just a little bit, a little complaint.
Which
Wolverine? The Wolverine.
Oh, is that the one where he loses powers or whatever?
Yeah, and he has to fight a giant samurai.
But I just don't remember it that much.
Yeah, the fuck up they made was it's what we call the case of the not gays. So Wolverine has to fuck a bitch at some point in time in this movie because we wouldn't want to think he's gay. So he just ends up fucking the Asian chick he's trying to protect, who she doesn't know him that well, and they've only known each other for 2 days. But whatever. Let's throw a sex scene in this movie for Hollywood.
I don't even remember that in that movie. It must have.
I know
been
it
so
happens.
Bad that
it just happens. They actually go into a Japanese sex hotel. I think is what they call them. And Wolverine's like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this?
What is
But
fucking?
they actually,
Never mind. That was a
well,
bad joke.
they actually end up fucking in some like traditional Japanese house somewhere, or whatever. But it's like that didn't need to happen.
Oh, I remember that where they like go to that weird ass hotel or some shit.
Yeah, and he's like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
that was
It's
like such a.
you can
dude,
get different themed hotel rooms.
that must have
for
been
your
like
night.
buried in my mind, like where I just didn't want to bring that shit up, or I just couldn't remember.
It's a
it
real
until you
thing in
just-
Japan. You know, sex hotels are a real thing because you don't want to hook up at your house. You don't want your parents knowing.
Yeah.
You know, and these places are very sanitary. It's a whole whatever. Anyway.
Well, people do that now, but just with real hotels.
Yeah, but the Ninja Turtles movie, the next one looks fucking great. It just looks
that's
great. The trailer, they don't need to make any more trailers. I'm sold. Don't do that shit. Not like how they're doing with Batman versus Superman. Like they gotta have a little mini trailer to like be the prelude to the next trailer. It's like I don't need 5 fucking trailers for this movie. It's Batman versus Superman. I'm gonna go see the fucking movie, okay?
Yeah, one of the superhero movie franchises I thought was really cool that they haven't done anything with was Watchmen. That one Watchmen movie, that was a very different superhero movie, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, and that
was a fucking gritty ass movie.
It's a very much to the source material movie, which is why there's not like a Watchmen 2 because it's not.
Dude, it's like that's a brutal fucking movie. Like that's not one you want to go see with the kids.
Yeah, it doesn't have like mainstream appeal. So, but it was a great film. It's a great movie, and if you read the comics, you would probably think it's really great. But now the Ninja Turtles film, just do what you're doing and don't fuck it up because this movie needs to do well for there to be a third movie. I mean, goddamn, they were talking about how. Did you ever hear the rumors about how they were gonna like Michael Bay is like the Ninja Turtles origin story retold, and he's like they're aliens from another planet.
Oh, get the fuck out!
They're from a turtle planet, and like as
That's
the pre-production
retarded.
was going on, yeah, and everyone's like, "That's what you're gonna do," and then the internet would freak out and go, "That's a bad idea," and then they changed things and they changed things and they changed things.
Isn't
But still,
isn't there like something with X-Men where Cyclops and X-Men like the chemical or no, that's Daredevil, isn't it? The thing that made Daredevil blind was the thing that gave the Ninja Turtles their power.
oh yeah, there's like a comic book crossover. So like the Daredevil origin story is that he gets hit in the face with like a radioactive jar of some kind of stuff, and then it's just like that happened, and it's like that's how come you became blind.
Yeah.
Later on down the line, because Daredevil came first, the Ninja Turtles origin story within the comics is that a kid with some turtles has the turtles and he drops them and they fall into the sewer. Meanwhile, guy who is supposedly supposed to be Daredevil gets hit in the face with the jar of ooze that then falls onto the ground and rolls into the sewer, thus creating the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I remember hearing something about that. I didn't know if that was true or not.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was Darth Jar Jar Binks like fan fiction or not.
Darth Binks. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
So,
man.
yeah,
Well,
so
see,
we
that
got
movie's
that.
coming up pretty soon, isn't it? That thing.
That's gonna be that movie drops on my birthday, June 3rd,
No,
2016.
no. Star Wars.
Star Wars? Yeah, Star Wars comes
It's
out
like
in a
the
week.
20th,
It's a
right?
week from now. Next
What, it
Friday.
comes out 18th? Oh.
The 18th.
I'm not gonna see it anytime soon because I didn't get tickets like 6 months ago.
I'm not gonna see it anytime soon because I'm broke. So unless something happens over the course of this next weekend, I will. I told my stream, I'm like, I'm gonna go see it, but I'm not gonna see it the day it comes out. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't see it. I would see it like a matinee in the middle of the week when no one's around.
Yeah.
But looking forward to it. Movie's good. So that's the one thing that brought my that got my attention this week that I was like, I got to bring this up in the podcast because
Yeah, I watched the
people need to
trailer, and I'm not a huge Ninja Turtle guy, so I probably didn't notice. When I mean not a huge, I don't know shit about the Ninja Turtles, so I didn't see all those like crazy Easter eggs that you saw, or I didn't appreciate them as much, I should say.
well, I appreciate them. What I'm trying to explain is that I appreciate the fact that they're changing shit up.
Yeah, going back to the source material.
From the original film, when you see not the original one, but from the first Ninja Turtle film, 2012, 2013, whatever the fuck it came out, the turtles have like all kinds of shit on them and stuff, and it's like, what the fuck are they wearing? Why does Michelangelo have a puka shell necklace? What the fuck does Donatello got a Ghostbusters backpack on? What the fuck is this? Well, now they have like less crap all over them. Donatello has like suspenders because he's a nerd, right? So yeah, I appreciate that sort of shit, but that has nothing to do with knowing anything about the turtle movie. It's just going to be a fun turtle movie.
Yeah,
and that's what we want to see. We wanted to see that.
See, I wonder why they go and change like shit that doesn't need to be changed.
because they're basically Hollywood likes to just throw a lure out there and go, well, if we catch something, we catch something. I mean, we've created a film, we've created something, and it's titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Meanwhile, there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show on Nickelodeon that the kids watch that is immensely successful because it's fun. There ain't guys shooting fucking guns and taking hostages and putting C4 on motherfuckers.
I noticed that, dude, a lot of the kids shows nowadays are really fucking good. Oh, yeah. Like, there's this. I remember watching Cartoon Network one morning when I was living with my dad for the short period of time when I was trying to find a place to live. There's like one show with like a rabbit and a fucking goldfish or something.
The Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah, I was watching that show. I was like, this shit's pretty awesome. Like, this is like almost as good as like SpongeBob back before it got shitty. Yeah. Like SpongeBob back in the day was fucking amazing, in my opinion. Like,
there's a lot of like in jokes for adults. It's a good show if you're babysitting, because if you're watching it, you see all the jokes that are like, oh, okay, they made a dick joke there, but you know, little kids aren't smart enough to know that.
I always liked SpongeBob and all the quotes. Like, there's just so much like quotable shit from SpongeBob, where it's like, I wish that would have killed me, like fucking Squidward.
Oh yeah, characters are classic, but it's getting old now. But I mean, apparently it's still kind of fresh, you know.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon. Like, Pokemon just won't fucking die. Like Pokemon appealed to the kids, like, when we were kids, and now it's appealing to other kids, and when it seems to be doing just fine. Like, I don't think Pokemon is dropping off at all. I think it's just as popular, pretty much.
When you've got, we gotta watch out for Yokai Watch, because Yokai Watch is like the next incarnation of Pokemon. So, but I think it's owned by Nintendo. I'm not sure, but it's Yokai Watch is basically spirits. Like spirits that are around you that make you feel sad or cause your parents to argue or whatever. You can now see them if you have the Yokai Watch, and they're called a yokai. They're not called Pokemon. That's what these things are called.
Wait, so it's a watch, like a watch, as in like
you wear a watch. I don't know I don't know the mechanics behind the way that the toy is meant to be played, but there's a DS game that you can play where you walk around and shit, and you find these yokai and you can capture them, and they become like subservient to you, and then like Pokemon. And then you can like evolve them, or you can combine the powers of two different yokai. So they've got like tons of these things. Like, you can combine all these motherfuckers. They got like, I think they said they have like 800 or something.
Yeah.
Right now, and this is a product that's only been around for like a year. So they were like, yeah, you like your Pokemon? Here's this. Check this shit out.
I know Pokemon. They have some like sort of new mobile game they're doing now. Like apparently it's like a big deal. Like this new Pokemon mobile thing where you like actually like walk around and shit. I don't know. I remember seeing something about it.
I would not doubt it. There's a lot of really cool stuff when I was probably like 8, 9, 10 years old, where you can get like a Tamagotchi-like device, but to capture monsters, you would have to scan barcodes with the device. So, you know, your parents take you to go to the grocery store. You're like, oh, look, a can of soup. Beep. And it's like, nope, no monsters in there. And then you would scan certain shit, and then you'd find a monster, you can keep it. Yeah. So, I mean, that I think, like the wearable gaming stuff for the younger people, I think that's great.
Dude, I can't imagine being a kid now with with online gaming being a thing.
Oh god.
Like, dude, that's got to be like crazy, like overload. We talked about this on a previous podcast, but like, dude, I can't imagine being able to play like online serious video games as a kid. Like, that just must be just nuts.
To grow up and never know that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
That did not exist. It's like, well, this has always been around, right? It's like, yeah, no. Sorry, no.
Yeah. Now you can understand, I guess, why these fucking girl gamer streamers do so fucking well, because there's just so many like 7 through 13-year-olds just getting their fucking mind blown.
She's so pretty.
I mean, she plays video games. She's just like me.
I could spend my allowance.
Yeah, dude.
Just to touch on this, I'm not sure if we talked about this last time. Oh no, we didn't, because I hadn't played the game yet. Rocket League. I'm not going to expound upon this for like, 10 minutes or whatever. I just find it fucking fun. It's just a stupid fun game. You can play it for 5 minutes and you have fun.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the fact that PlayStation 4 people can play with you, and you just crush them. You just crush their asses. They're like, what happened?
Is it really that much more of an advantage to have?
No. It's not an advantage. It's just like, haha, you have a PS4. What do you?
Can you actually see what console they're playing from?
Yeah. It actually says like it'll say Cynet. That's basically PSN people. And if it's someone playing on Steam, it's like their Steam icon.
Oh, okay.
So it's really cool, and you can talk to the other team and stuff like that. It's just a fun game. But the thing of it is,
What does
the fun.
Xbox One not have Rocket League?
I don't believe so. I think they're
Wow.
trying to, but I don't, maybe they have a problem with
Poor
like
fucking Xbox One, man. Their shit sucks dick except for Halo 5. I have an Xbox One. It's just fucking worthless except for Halo 5.
But in Rocket League, it's like it's one of those things. Like you and I know this. We like this kind of thing. Like it's fun to get good at it because you can see yourself like progressively getting better because you're piloting a car that can jump in the air and like rotate and like hit a big giant ball into a goal. So like when I pull off shit and I pull off at a goal, it's like the most satisfying thing.
I want to see pros play that game. Like, I want to see them host like a big tournament with like a decent cash prize, and I want to see all the crazy shit people do because I feel like that is the best, in my opinion. A thing like Rocket League is the best game for esports because everyone can understand it. The second I saw Rocket League, I knew what the objective was, and I knew how the game worked, and and obviously people score and do all these crazy aerial maneuvers in all these different ways, but it's easy to understand. You don't need to know anything about, like, I've never played it before, but I get it.
It's in a sense that like you don't need to know soccer to get it.
Yeah.
Because there's a game called Blood Bowl, I think is what it's called, and it's like a turn-based system. So if it was like football, like American football, but with rocket cars and stuff, it'd be like, it's a little weird. That doesn't make sense. Soccer though, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And it's fast-paced. It's fucking great. I just love it.
Yeah, it's a good game, and even if you try to compare it to traditional sports, I think it's better than traditional sports because you don't have like penalties and fucking things like that. It's very simple, but people are gonna do really cool and complex things within the simple rules.
Yeah, because you can float and fly and all this shit.
Yeah, it'd be a fucking blast to watch competitively. I feel like I don't know if they've done any tournaments. I haven't kept up with it. There hasn't been a big one that's.
I'm sure there have been, but I mean, not to the mainstream sense of like. There's the giant fucking Rocket League tournament. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those games where it's going to be like CSGO, or not CSGO, I should say Counter-Strike before CSGO, where, the beginning tournaments were very, like, simple. Like, if you go watch, well, this is really with any game that's been on a while, but, like, those old Counter-Strike tournaments, those players were fucking dog shit compared to the players nowadays.
Yeah.
In terms of just, like, skill and just everything. Same thing goes with Smash Brothers Melee. Like, Smash Bros. Melee has been played competitively for fucking 15 years now, and those first tournaments, obviously everybody sucked dick compared to now. But it's going to be interesting to see how the game evolves with Rocket League and like all the crazy shit that evolves over the years as people get better and better at it.
Right. And that's how the game might even change little by little too. They might actually add certain mechanics or not,
Yeah.
Smart thing to do, Rocket League, if you're listening, don't change a damn thing. Just keep putting new cool skins in there. I got the fucking Back to the Future car, that DeLorean. It's fucking great.
Yeah. And it's funny to see like Smash Brothers Melee hasn't changed. Like they never patched the game. The game just fucking came out and that's what it was. But the meta changed over and over and over and over again for the competitive scene, and like characters that were considered dog shit at the start are now good just because people play them differently. So it's funny to see how like that stuff changes despite the game not changing at all, just because people have played it so much and they just figure out all these little intricate things about the frame rates and animations and all that shit. It's just.
Do you currently play the Smash Brothers Wii U game?
No.
Oh. Do you? Well, then I guess it doesn't really matter. But did you hear that they're putting Cloud into Smash Brothers?
Really?
Yeah, Cloud and a female version of Link, like an alternate.
I heard about the female version of Link being a thing, like Linkle or
Linkle?
whatever.
Yeah.
What a fucking dumb name.
Hey, whatever. It's dumb, but whatever. What are they gonna call him or call her? Linkla, Linky, Linka? I don't know. Linkle. Linkle probably makes more sense to the Japanese market. Linkle, yeah. Okay. No, putting Cloud in, and I'm like,
yeah. I wonder if that means anything. I wonder if that means that Nintendo and Square Enix are gonna be doing.
It just means that Nintendo's smart enough to open their doors and say, "Do you have an IP that you would like to have in our game? We will make money. Both of us will make money."
That was a thing when Smash Brothers came out. They put out some tweet saying like, do any of you developers want your character in Smash Brothers? And of course, like a bunch of people were like, fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah. I want to see Shovel Knight in Smash Brothers. Once I see Shovel Knight in Smash Brothers, then that's it. You can add anyone else into the game. That's cool and all, but if you take an indie game character and you put him in fucking Smash Brothers, shit.
Yeah, Smash Brothers. You know what? Somebody said this in a YouTube comment that I thought was really really smart. He said like, I wonder why Nintendo does Nintendo. Damn
Nintendo?
Nintendo. I wonder why Nintendo doesn't do a MOBA. A Nintendo MOBA, like, that would be actually pretty dope. I feel like, with all those those iconic characters, and you could use like the Koopas for the fucking minions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a Nintendo MOBA would actually do well.
Here's why I don't think that they'll do it. One,
Oh, I didn't think they'd do it. I don't think they'll do
no,
it.
no,
I
no.
just think it would
Like
be a good idea.
why they wouldn't do it theoretically. This is just me pulling on ideas out of my ass. This is why I don't think they do it. It would have to be on the console.
Yeah.
And how you play a MOBA on a console, I couldn't tell you. But the Wii U does have that screen where you can tap it. But then again, you know, how do you aim skill shots and stuff? And I think that would be their aim, would be to have it be on their console,
Of course.
not on the computer. Granted, it would work if they created the engine and had it on the PC. But, you know, that's why
I just think that particular, they just have so much to work with. Like, they really could make like a really cool MOBA that would have a lot of personality to it, because they've just got all those awesome characters.
Or a better idea, something that you could do right now, Nintendo. How about you put all these awesome characters into like Mario Kart instead of just Mario characters? Where's my fucking my Pikachu Mario Kart character? Where's my Kirby Mario Kart?
Nintendo is just, they just do so much fucking stupid shit. Like, they try to, like, if they just made a good gaming console that was on par or more powerful than the current gaming consoles, and put out like amazing games like Donkey Kong 64 but modern, they would do so well. Like, I don't know why they have to like always go back and do this, like, oh, we got to be different and have our fucking screen be the controller. Like,
Well, keep in mind, man, they also always do their mobile stuff by the book. They don't try to like invent some brand new mobile shit. Like the Nintendo DS, like, yeah, you get the 3DS, that's fine, but it wasn't like, now you have to like play the mobile. It's like, oh, there's buttons on all 5 of your fingers or something like that. Whereas with the Wii is like the motion controller, and the Wii U is like, oh, you got this gamepad. It's like, okay, but we could do without the gamepad. But that's what they want to do. They want to try and innovate, but at least they make their steady money via their mobile devices. So,
yeah. Oh, dude, it's just that Nintendo Wii being successful fucking really hurt them. Like, they saw the Nintendo Wii sell as well as it did, and they were like, oh, that means gamers must like the Wii, right? No, gamers didn't like the fucking Wii. Soccer moms like the Wii, and that was a one-time fluke fucking thing that'll never happen again.
I will guarantee you, my friend who has a baby boy who's like 3 now, they got a Wii U. And they are stuck in that Skylanders shit. They're paying out the ass.
I was going to bring up Skylanders earlier when you were talking about that other Pokemon game, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yokai Watch, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that game makes bank. That is, I think, one of the most profitable games in the world. I think it actually might be the most. That Skylanders shit. They make so much fucking money off that.
You got the mentality of people who are like, oh, I'm going to buy this character, but it also goes into this game I can play. Yeah. And it's like a collectible. I can put it on my shelf or take it to the office or whatever. There's people out there who just have to have everything.
Yeah.
And that's who that appeals to.
Activision Blizzard, I think their #1 game is fucking Skylanders, like, by far. It's like absurd. I don't know if it's true anymore, but I remember seeing some fucking earnings report, and Skylanders just fucking killing it, man.
Well, I mean, it's obvious that they're killing it. Look at like Disney Infinity. Disney had to throw their fucking hat in there, and now we have. Are
those actually? Is that actually like a good game? Like, I know it's like, aren't they like mini games or something?
They're small, short story games. Yeah.
Like each character is like its own game or something, right?
Well, when you get a character, you unlock that character's world that you can play with. Say you like get one of the Incredibles, like the dad from the Incredibles.
Yeah.
You unlock Incredibles world, but maybe you don't want to play as him, but you like playing as like one of the Monsters Inc. characters. Well, you can. And that's basically, the world expands on the more.
And what's the objective of the game? Is there like an overarching thing?
Sometimes there's an overarching story. They had recently the one with the oh god, shit, I can't even remember the marketing for it. It was like Skylanders Dark World, and there's like a dark wizard you have to fight, and then there's like other little things that you can put on the pads to like capture other monsters that you don't. It's awesome. Like, yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It must be pretty good, considering they're doing as well as they're doing.
I mean, they're doing a fucking way better job of telling a story than Guild Wars 2, and they're making a shit zillion dollars.
That's not that much of of a compliment.
Well,
though.
why even compare? But still, I mean, when the next, it's kind of like the way I look at it is kind of like Magic the Gathering. You buy packs, and then like the next
Yeah.
edition of
It's
it comes out,
definitely a
so it's
good
like another
idea.
store. Oh yeah,
To-
and
to-
somebody was just in a room going, "What if we do this?" And they
Yeah,
pitched
to
the
incorporate
idea.
toys and video games like that
Yeah.
is pretty fucking brilliant. I
And
think.
and for once, the guy who shoots down all the really good ideas wasn't at the office, and everyone's like, "What should we call it?
Yeah.
Skylanders. Do it." And then
Dude,
they
they
just
have
did
like
it.
raped Spyro the Dragon though. Like
Oh,
Spyro used to be like. Did you ever have a PlayStation and play Spyro?
Yeah, I did.
Dude,
Spyro.
that franchise got raped. Like that was like a cool character, and then they just like fucked it in the ass.
Well, I mean, the same thing with like Sly Cooper and Jack and Dexter and Banjo Kazooie. I mean, these characters, they don't.
I think
if nobody
they're
cares,
slowly getting unraped though. Like
yes,
they're unraping them. Like Ratchet and Clank got raped for a little bit there,
like
and then,
unraped
now
is,
it's
like, a
coming back
term.
and it looks good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the new Ratchet and Clank games are dope as fuck. Like the Back to the Ratchet and Clank Future series or whatever is like super fucking good.
It looks great. It looks like it plays great.
Yeah,
too.
and the
As
new
long as
one.
they
Yeah.
just don't try to over innovate like they did with that that PlayStation 4 game that they were like, it's a little guy and he can collect pieces and become a bigger guy. I can't remember what the fuck it was
don't even
called
know what you're talking
because
about.
it flopped. It flopped. It's just you're a boy and you have this robot and he's like really small, but he can like collect parts of the world that are like parts of his body and he can grow into a bigger robot. I forget what it was called, like Bionk or something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it must have
sucked
flopped. I've never even
ass.
heard of that shit.
Yeah, it clearly it just flopped. So
Jesus.
just don't try to create something that's like, oh my god, it's like it's a simple idea. Put a pad down, plug it into your Wii U or whatever. That's the thing too. You don't actually need a console to play Skylanders. I don't think.
Really? Oh.
I don't think you do. I think you can just plug it into your TV. I could be wrong though.
Huh.
But
Wait.
you know,
No, there's no way that's true. You must have to
Yeah.
have some sort of device that would play it, because that would mean that every single action figure would have like a processor in it. Like, there's no way that's.
yeah, you're probably right about that.
You must
And,
have to have
a
like
controller.
a Skylanders fucking thing, or maybe it's on a. I don't know anything about it, honestly.
It's like DRM, and you just have to have your console to do it. Like, oh, I am recognizing that you have this character. And now they're like the Lego games are starting to do this shit too. I saw something with Aaron Hansen, and he was like at GameSpot
Yeah.
doing a review of it. It was like the most fucking cringeworthy video, but it was like, oh, do you want to play as Homer Simpson? You just get him. It's like Homer
Yeah,
Simpson's
see,
like
I
a
don't
Lego.
want to. I'm glad that like those games are only for kids. Like, thank God that's not like an adult thing, because I don't want to have a bunch of bullshit. Like, one of my goals in life is to not acquire lots of like little collectible bullshit things.
Right. You don't want Skylanders or any of that sort of property to turn
Yeah,
into
like I don't fucking. Yeah, go ahead.
to turn into like the fucking Guitar Hero franchise where like now everyone's like, well, all right, we have like drum set, we have a guitar, we have all this shit, and then you try to take it to the pawn shop in mass, and everyone's like, I don't take.
We have
anymore.
10,000 of these
I have
already,
10,000 of these things. Yeah,
dude.
but the figurines are really good quality, like the amiibos and
yeah,
shit.
they're good. It's just I don't want them because I just don't want to have them around because they just take up space.
Yeah,
Like, I don't buy collector's editions anymore, really. I'm kind of glad that, like, there's, like, digital deluxe editions now where you can get all of the collector stuff, like, all of the digital collector's items, but not the physical ones, because I don't have room for that shit, and I don't want to acquire that stuff either, because, I'm sure you've seen people's houses that get out of hand with that shit.
yeah.
And I'm not even talking about hoarders. I'm just talking about, like, wow, you have a lot of bullshit on the shelf.
See, like I'm a big fan of things like Loot Crate, and so sometimes they send you like a figurine and
see,
stuff like that.
Those are the things I actively avoid. Like, I think Loot Crate is really cool. Like, I think they do some. Like, I think a lot of the stuff they have is really cool. But I just know that eventually the vanity is gonna wear off, and it's just gonna be sitting there, and you're just gonna so you're just gonna have this thing now that takes up space.
I would definitely be one of those people who's like, I know I'm gonna have to. I know I like these things. I like having them. I mean, I have like a Mega Man helmet on my desk right here, but I would probably build get a bookshelf built for my shit. But my goal would be to never put too much. If I need another bookshelf for more shit, then that's when I draw the line. Because I would like to have to do whether or not I have to create a whole new channel or something. But at some point in time in the future, I would like to have like camera on my face and I'm talking and there's shit behind me. Like, of course,
Yeah,
look
I
at all my
definitely wanted to do
fucking
that.
shit.
Like, I got some posters behind me here.
Yeah.
But I try not to acquire too much stuff like that.
Of course, yeah, because then it's like you have to put shelves near the ceiling and like everything, and it's like,
Yeah, and I live in a tiny apartment as is, and I don't have room for that shit.
yeah.
Even now, and I don't have that much stuff. Um. Anyway, to fucking wrap this back around to YouTube, what do you think of YouTube Red? We never talked about that. This is like one of the podcast topics that I had that we just missed 3 times.
I haven't really looked into what it is, but I know that it's more of like, isn't it like a subscribing service? Like you
Yeah.
subscribe to the channel, like a Twitch channel would be. Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't subscribe to a channel. It's just that somebody pays YouTube $10 a month, and they
Take the ads off.
Yeah, to take the ads off and to get
Yeah.
exclusive content. I think starting next year, and a bunch of other smaller features.
If the money that they're paying,
It's split up between the people they watch. For the
yeah.
watch time, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, how are you going to convince the small number of people on the planet who watch YouTube who do not already have ad blocker to pay money to have the ads blocked for them on YouTube's end? That just
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
the thing. You know, if
it's a
they
cool
brick
idea.
ad block, then it'll have value. But until they if ad block still works, it's gonna be hard to sell the fucking thing. Like unless the exclusive content that they're gonna be coming out with is amazing, then it's gonna be hard to sell
like
it.
original series or something like that they want to do.
They're,
or
they're
whatever.
doing that apparently.
Yeah.
But who knows how well that's gonna do?
It'll be Felicia Day talking about something
God.
in a reality TV show or some nonsense. But I mean, I don't mind it either way. I liked that they added the support this creator directly button, so you can like put it on your front page, and it's like you can say something like, "Hey, donations are welcomed, but I'm not forcing you to do it. But if you do it, thanks." You know, and they can click a button and send you money. That I found very nice. YouTube Red, I was like, "What the hell is this? How does this support smaller channels?" Because I'm always thinking about how are any of these new features supporting new channels?
You can go on your analytics and see how much money you've made from YouTube Red. So, I mean, you can't tell me on the podcast because that's against the terms of service, but you can actually go and see, and mine is not too bad, honestly. You know.
So they have to. YouTube Red is specific to the channel, right? Or is
what
it
do you mean by that?
across? Is it like? Do you know what Twitch Turbo is?
Yes.
Okay, so Twitch Turbo, is it like Twitch Turbo?
Twitch Turbo just pays out for the ads that you would have watched, right? Well,
Twitch Turbo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Twitch Turbo is you paying Twitch a certain amount of money, whether I don't know what it is, 5 maybe, to have no ads across any channels. Subscribe buttons for a specific channel support the people on that channel and remove ads from that channel only.
Yeah, so the way YouTube Red works is you pay $10 and that $10 gets divided up to all the channels you watch via watch time. So if you buy YouTube Red and you watch 2 channels, one of them 60% of the time and one of them 40% of the time, it'll pay out like 60% to the guy you watched 60% of the time and 40%.
So it's like riding a taxi. When they come and visit you, YouTube Red figures out how much you should get paid.
Yeah, and it pays off through watch time. So if you watch...
Well, that's interesting then. I like it.
I like it too. I think it's a good idea. And I like that YouTube hopefully is going to start monetizing a little bit better. They're going to have to because they're not really making that much fucking money. You know, that's the thing that's interesting about YouTube is like it's a really popular website that doesn't really make that much money. They have a lot of overhead, and I'm curious when they're going to fucking yank the rug out from ad block. Because, I mean, I personally don't care about the money I make on YouTube anymore. I just do this for fucking ha-has and for fun. But, dude, it's like the ad block shit has gotten crazy.
For a website where the content is made by not YouTube, they should be making more money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have to pay the people, you know, who if they choose to be partners. I'm curious, does the YouTube Red money, does that work with your AdSense or what the hell? You probably have to like...
I don't know the specifics about how they're going to pay out. But
okay.
it seems like it might just be its own thing. Like YouTube Red might not have anything to do with an MCN at all, if that's what you're asking. Like it might just be its own thing that YouTube does with you individually.
Yeah.
That would be my guess because they made everybody, if you go to your monetization tab on your YouTube channel, like you basically are going to have to agree to this new terms of service eventually. And whether you do it now or not is kind of irrelevant. So I have a feeling it's going to be, it might just be a thing that YouTube does with
Yeah.
everybody
As
individually.
as long as there's no like minimum amount to pay out sort of thing involved, that
Well,
I
like you
fucking
have to
hate.
make $100
That
in
I
order to get
fucking
paid.
hate. I got 80 something bucks on my vlog channel just sitting there. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, come on. I mean, what the fuck? This is stupid. 50 bucks I can understand. 100? Are you out of your fucking mind, YouTube? But, you know. But then
I
that's
think I've got like $36 in my AdSense account, and ever since then, it's fucking just been.
and I'm talking 80 bucks over the
cinema.
course of like 2 years, right? Because I don't really make that many vlogs and stuff. But I'm like, I'm at 86, you know, so just give me another 12 and we're solid.
Yeah. So you're gonna be getting YouTube, getting into gear with YouTube again now that you're free, or what's the?
We
what's the
talked
deal?
about this on the last podcast, but yeah.
Yeah, I just know that you haven't posted that much stuff.
No, I'm trying to
recently.
make a backlog. Because I've got like maybe 4 or 5 videos ready to go and upload. But
Oh, are you trying to get like a schedule?
I want to condition people into going, okay, it's Wednesday. There should be a new Dante video.
Yeah.
And the reason you have to do that, and you know this, is because the sub button or the subscriber service is fucking broken still. Like
I don't even think it's broken. I think they just changed it. That like it's weird. Like I'll release a video where it just sometimes it'll be on the front page and sometimes it won't. Like the new YouTube highlight system it's definitely interesting the way it's working. So if you go to your YouTube homepage right now, like you'll have stuff from 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago. It's no longer like stuff that's current. So, you know, whether your video gets put on this homepage is apparently determined via watch time. So if a bunch of people that originally, like, let's say people that don't really like Fallout that much click your video and they're like, this isn't for me, then that video might just be fucked over and just not get on people's sub button or sub page. Fuck, I can't talk.
Well, my thing is, if you're subscribing to somebody, you should and if you subscribe to somebody, you want to see their next video. That's the whole point of the agreement to subscribe.
Yeah.
And so now YouTube has this thing where like on the left side of the screen is like, oh, here's all your subscriptions. Did they make a new video? Yeah, there's one new video. Just letting you know, they got a new video. Okay. Well, I subscribe to quite a few people on my personal one. And like Markiplier, for example. Like I'm not one of these people who watches every fucking video, but I like the guy. He's cool and he's entertaining. Now, I will go 3 or 4 days without a Markiplier notification in the sub box when I fucking know there's probably like 3 or 4 videos in there.
Yeah, it's just this thing. Yeah, the homepage is weird. Like I kind of see what they're doing with it, and I kind of get it because they want somebody to just go on YouTube and see the best stuff. Because the way your video gets put on the homepage to where your subscribers actually see it is if it's a video that people watched, for a long period of time. Like if the video has a good viewer retention rate.
When you say homepage, you're talking about the front page of YouTube?
Yeah, if you just go to youtube.com and it's on that home tab.
Yeah,
that's
good fucking luck with that.
Yeah, but occasionally, like I'll put out a video and no one will fucking watch it because it didn't hit that homepage, and then I'll put out another video and it'll get like 10,000 fucking views, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this one obviously went out to people, so it's weird. I'm lucky I don't have to worry about YouTube in terms of like depending on it to survive. But it is fucking annoying that it does work like that because essentially your video can get fucked over if the wrong people watch at the wrong time. Like those early viewers matter a lot.
I can't tell you the number of people who popped into my stream yesterday and were like, whoa, you're alive? I haven't seen a new video from you in like a long time. I'm like, are you subscribed? And they go, yeah, subscribed since like 2 years ago. Okay, you haven't seen a new video? No, man. Wow, I can't believe you're alive. And I go, go to the channel right now and tell me if you see anything new. And then they come back, they go to the channel, they see there's like 5 or 6 videos up. Oh my God, what the fuck? YouTube didn't even tell me. And I'm like, okay, so that's the whole reason why I want to have a backlog, so that there's a schedule, so that YouTube isn't going to be reliable enough. You know what I mean? So it's all conditioning. And as I was talking about earlier about, the whole maybe making a whole new YouTube channel, my thoughts have always been basically, I don't want to be that Guild Wars 2 guy, because my videos, like if I make a really fun video, then it's going to get shat all over because it's not a Guild Wars 2 video. So I have no problem with disappearing and creating another channel and not even making anyone aware that there's a new channel. I would rather start from scratch instead of sit here in mediocrity because it's not Guild Wars 2. So, but I'm giving it about 6 months worth of my time. And if my channel doesn't go anywhere, then I'll just fucking be like, bye bye. And like people in my stream, like the 100 people or so that were in my stream, were like, "You're not gonna tell us?
Oh, people will
How
find
will
out.
we? How will we find you?" And I'm like, I told him, I'm like, you won't find me because it's not going to be called Dante. It's not going to be called Crit anything. It's not going to be called anything recognizable. The only way you'd find it is if you stumble upon the video and you recognize my voice. Because I'm not going to call myself Dante anymore because that's all whitewashed with fucking Guild Wars 2 all over it.
I don't think that's necessary for you to do, though.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from when you say that, but you and I take the stance on YouTube very differently. You do it as a hobby because you have a nice job.
I wouldn't do it even if I was doing. I think that starting over like that's a bad idea. Because you used to be the fucking there was a time where you used to be the fucking World of Warcraft guy, and I'm sure people didn't like it when you didn't post non-World of Warcraft stuff.
Well, of course, yeah, I explained that too in the stream. But the thing is, like, my channel has grown 5 times that amount.
Yeah, but those people will fuck off. Give it enough time, they'll fuck off.
Yeah, but I don't like having a channel that says 46,000 subscribers and clearly only 2,000 people come and watch the video.
That's gonna happen regardless, though.
Yeah.
No channel that is old has a very active subscriber base.
Yeah, I guess I'm just
let's go to fucking Sexy Phil's channel. He's like one of the fucking dudes that has done YouTube and has remained relevant.
Granted,
the
I know
entire
this.
time.
His videos get whatever, and he's got X number of millions of subscribers. Every video is never going to get every fucking view from every subscriber. I understand that, but I think the difference between the way that you and I stand on this topic, is that I would have no problem creating a whole new brand and starting from scratch. I would actually enjoy it more because I could see it grow from there. Whereas it's like 46,000 subs, blah, blah, blah. And like over the course of the next 6 months, if everybody doesn't get their shit together and understand that I am not making Guild Wars 2 exclusive videos anymore, and they keep disliking the videos, I'll just fucking up and leave. And I have no problem with that. It's not a sour grapes thing. It's a wanting to be successful at this craft thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that problem exists for everybody. Even, like, streamers. Like, there's a lot of streamers that are, like, they were WoW streamers, and they have a hard time, like, streaming another game because people want to see them play WoW. It's just a fucking thing. And, like, it's the real YouTubers and the real streamers are the ones that know how to get past that fucking hump. And I think you'll get past it. It's just that it's fucking shitty now. Because I've done it before.
Yeah.
And I think once you reach that fucking state of nirvana where you can just do anything you fucking want, it'll be nice. But you're gonna lose people. Like, that's just gonna happen.
Well, I'm glad to lose people. I'm actually hoping that when I make the video and I say, listen, blah blah blah, no more Guild Wars 2 stuff because it's not centric anymore, I will encourage people, if you subscribed for Guild Wars 2 stuff, it's not gonna hurt my feelings if you unsubscribe, because you clearly aren't gonna get what you subscribed for. And I don't blame anybody either, because clearly I was making exclusively Guild Wars 2 stuff for a good year and 9 months, you know? So it's my fault you're conditioned to thinking that I'm the Guild Wars 2 guy. However, I am not passionate about Guild Wars 2 anymore. The game is fine. I've said my piece with it. I want to play other games and entertain in other ways. And if you come over and you shit all over a video that I put a lot of time and effort into, I'll give you 6 months. But
those people will fuck off. There's no way they're gonna stick around.
Well, that's That's why I'm saying 6 months. If still 6 months later, people are like, dislike, not Guild Wars 2, fuck this. And the reason I don't like that is because when new people who've never seen the video before show up and see that it has more dislikes than likes, subconsciously they think, well, this guy must be like a scumbag, or there must be some reason why there's so many dislikes. I shouldn't be here. You know, people click off. This is like a scientific thing. People know this. Like, they track this kind of shit. People click off when there's a lot of dislikes compared to likes. So I'll give it 6 months, and then all y'all can fuck yourselves when you don't know where I am and where I'm at. Oh, where's Dante? Geez. Oh, he's now
the fucking podcast. We have the Hive Mind podcast with Zyback and Mystery Man.
Oh, I'll keep the Dante thing around. That's not like I would destroy the channel. Yeah. Hell, I might just that would
just be so tragic to you to just abandon the Dante name.
Yeah, but you think of it as tragic. I think of it as rebranding. I have no problem. Like, do I want to do it? No. I've put a lot of effort into branding Dante. I've used the name Dante all my life on the internet. But I mean, what I might even do just to appease the Guild Wars 2 plebs is I'll fucking just, whenever I want, if I feel like, oh, this is a cool thing in Guild Wars 2, I'll make a video and upload it over there.
I wouldn't do that.
And then be like, hey guys, video. And then I'll just go back to my regular scheduled program that you don't even fucking see. Meanwhile, the new channel's growing and people are liking it.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with your fucking goddamn dislikes. It really gets me. It just gets me. So 6 months, the first 6 months of 2016, we'll feel it out. Because I'm tired. I don't want to put effort into these videos where I'm not just like recording it and then making a commentary and then fucking uploading it. Like I'm putting time into these so that you watch and then you click on the annotations. That's the one thing that I'm doing a lot now that I wasn't doing before was the end slates where you put the annotations up to click on other videos and stuff. That part I'm sort of mastering the technique of doing that without it taking a zillion years because it used to take so long for me to do. But
dude, putting those things up fucking sucks though.
Yeah,
it's
but
so
it's
annoying
important.
to do those annotations.
It's so important though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put a person working a full-time job, that amount of effort into my videos for you to watch them and for you to just shit all over them, or for some people to not the people who like them, right? But the people who just show up and go, oh, fuck this. It's not Guild Wars 2. I have no problem taking my bag.
That happened to fucking Mercator. Are you know about the Mercator soda popping thing?
I don't actually know. I know Mercator was
like
the
old,
road, right?
old fucking drama. But like, if you go to like Mercator's, I think it's Mercator Gaming. Like, so he got into like this drama with Soda Poppin', who is this streamer, and people disliked his videos for fucking like over a year. Let me just find a video.
I know Soda Pop, and I met him at BlizzCon. He's a very high energy younger guy.
Yeah, but essentially, he got into like a bit of drama with this guy, this Soda Poppin' fellow, and he basically kicked him. He was a real douche about it. I'm not gonna fucking scurry around and say he was a nice guy, but Mercator was a real douche to Soda Poppin', and he wouldn't let him in the guild, and he was just being a real asshole. But like, Soda Poppin's fans have shit on this guy for like a really long time. I think it's finally dying off, but it's been like something that was a thing for like multiple years. And you see that video how it's got like 143 dislikes? Like, that's just them still being there years later. And if you like let me find a video that's a bit older. It'll probably have even more. Yeah, here's another video. For example, like, you know, 1/3 of the 1/3 of that is dislikes just from his fan base. And the farther back you go, the more dislikes it is. Just because his fan base is fucking ridiculous at this shit. Another video. And it has nothing to do with Soda Pop, and he's like trying to like have it die off, and it just fucking won't. I just thought it was funny that you were mentioning dislikes.
Like this wouldn't bother me, like 641 likes and then 226. If it's a majority likes, great.
Yeah, like right now he's gotten to the point to where it's 194 likes and 33 dislikes. So like the Soda Pop it's dying off, but holy shit, did it take like a really long time.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. Right now I have new videos out, Fallout 4 related, and they're like majority dislikes. Especially when they're new videos. Like
there were majority dislikes?
Yeah, especially when the first couple hours of the video, like when I first upload it, and for the first couple hours it's like fucking 2 likes and like 30 dislikes or something. I'm like, what the fuck?
It doesn't really matter that much. Like the likes and dislikes don't, because I've had videos of mine go like pretty much viral that have a fucking shitload of dislikes. All that matters is the watch time, especially now with the way YouTube works. Like likes, I don't think they really matter that much. I think it honestly all that matters is people rating the video.
I know that they don't matter. I just don't want to sit in limbo as that Guild Wars 2 guy when I'm working hard on new content. It's just you can hear it in my voice. It clearly pisses me off because I'm one of those people who prides myself in knowing how to make a good video, because I see these other fucking idiots running around going, oh, here's my video, and it's like, so many things are wrong. My pet peeve, and everyone knows this, you know this. When you start a video, do not fucking say, hi, Dantain here, and then go into your talking about your fucking game.
Fucking do that on all my videos. I do that on all my videos.
I know you do it, but I mean...
maybe I don't. I think I just say, hey guys, what's up, or something like that.
Sometimes you say, what's up. Sometimes
I think I say, what's up, guys. I think that's the worst I do. I don't think I say, hey guys, Zyback here.
But like 90% of these people are like, so-and-so who's really popular says their name, and then here, I gotta do that. When you think about saying that, it makes no fucking sense to say. If you say, what's up, guys? Dante in here. Okay, you know I'm fucking here because I'm on the internet. Where is here? I'm not even defining where I am. There's no reason to say that.
Yeah.
Just isn't. So
you wanna see some fucking funny ass shit? This is I didn't put a number here, but you'll get the idea. So you know when Swifty got banned and everybody blamed me for that whole like spiel.
I remember you getting some flack for it. I didn't know that they blamed you for it.
Oh boy.
Wait. How the hell does that translate into blaming Zyback?
Well, you're one of the people that has a brain. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't. If you just like Google search Zyback, it'll probably still come up. Let's Google search Zyback and see. Yeah, Zyback. Well, all my shit comes up. Maybe not anymore. But essentially, like, a lot of people blame me for. Oh, here's a good thread. Zyback, MMO champion. So look at this shit. This is a thread. I just wanted to let everyone know that it is Zyback's fault that Swifty got banned. Here's the proof, and it links to a YouTube video. And there's an official thread. A fucking moderator comes in, locks the thread, and goes, listen, you need to go to the official fuck Zyback thread and not make a duplicate thread. So if you click on the official thread, it's just people like just fuck Zyback. But if you but now let me show you this analytic right here. I might link. I don't think this is breaking the terms of service because it's not showing any numbers specifically. But look at these analytics. Look at that graph. That's a graph for views. Can you tell where I got Swifty banned?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, dude. Look at that spike. Dude, that is like the most ridiculous spike ever.
Yeah, I see that.
It was millions.
Second post, I blame Zyback.
Yeah, dude, it was unreal, and it was like that for three days or something. And I've had some videos do real well through my 5-year course of YouTube. Like, you can go through and see that I've had some videos do really well and go like mini viral, and I've had months where I've done really well. But that is like a whole new fucking beast, and what people like don't I made so much fucking money with that whole Swifty situation. It was like it was unreal. That like, so I don't know. I just thought that was funny that we were talking about like.
And where did they get this impression that they blame you?
So.
Are you in the video at some point, or he mentions you,
okay,
or
so
something?
It's not. I'm not 100% innocent here. I've told this story before, and I don't want to. Maybe I don't know. Fuck it. I'll tell it again. It's a good story. It's one of the craziest things to happen in my fucking life. So
yeah, because I haven't heard this story.
You haven't heard it? Oh fuck. Okay, so let's just start from the top. So Swifty, obviously a big personality. This is when he was at his height in terms of popularity. Towards the start of Cataclysm, he was doing a live stream when live streaming on Twitch was a new thing. I think Twitch had just come out, all the rage, and he had this idea. He's like, hey, I'm gonna create a gnome on a random server, and the first person to find me wins a Razor Naga. And of course, that goes very poorly. We go and find what server he's on. And a bunch of people go on the server, and they're looking for him, and boom, it crashes the server. Mm. And I'm in the fucking channel with Swifty on Vent. And I'm like, oh boy, we have the power. So Swifty goes off and does some other shit. Meanwhile, I think he's not even at his fucking computer at this point. I am talking to this like legion of Swifty fanboys. And I'm like, hey guys, let's go hit Blackrock. So we all go to Blackrock. Boom! Fucking server crashes. And I'm like, let's go hit Tichondrius. Boom! Tichondrius crashes. And I'm just going server to server to server to server, crashing all these fucking servers. And I'm telling people to make human hunters. And the thing about human hunters is that they have wolf pets. And you know the Daramac Tire Howl wolf thing? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Or like the whole Daramac Tire like emblem is a wolf. And everybody says howl as like the guild like mantra, like howl whenever like somebody gets an achievement, they all go howl in guild chat. Mm-hmm. So we're all making human hunters, right? And there's like thousands thousands of human hunters, and the wolf animation, like the wolf, like idle animation, is he howls and it makes the fucking noise. So we're all running around as human hunters, and all you hear is fucking howl. And people are spamming in the chat, Zyback sent us, Zyback sent us. And fucking server goes down. So just going from server to server, bouncing around. And the thing is that I thought we were fine. Like, I thought that I was in the clear, because the thing is that up until that point, Blizzard did not ban anybody for things that happened on video. Like, if you sent in a video of somebody cheating to Blizzard, they wouldn't ban you for that, because they didn't use video to ban people. You had to break the terms of service within the game. And creating a new character on a server is not breaking the terms of service. It's not against the rules to create a character on BlackRock. It's just fucking not. Even though we were in mass creating characters, but as individuals, we weren't breaking any rules. Sure, there were people spamming. Those people that were spamming a million messages a second were breaking the fucking rules. But I wasn't. I was just making a character and running around. So I assumed nobody's going to get fucking banned, because they don't use live streams and videos to ban people. Well, they made a fucking exception for Swifty. And why they banned Swifty and not me is still a mystery to me. But they see it's Swifty's stream, and they contact Swifty. A GM, the fucking worst GM in the world, talks to Swifty and says, hey, we're going to have to ban you, I'm sorry. And they fucking permaban him. People lose their fucking minds. First of all, everybody blames me, which was crazy, because, I mean, yes, it was partially my fault, but it was also the fault of the 10,000 other fucking people spamming the servers. So, yes, it is my fault to a degree. But then they go and start crashing the servers again. But this time, since Swifty was so popular, like, Swifty at that point was really popular. Like, everyone knew who he was in the WoW community. That's when, if you go and look at his most viewed videos, you know, he'd crank out a video, it'd get like 2 million views, whatever. He was huge. But now all of the servers were crashing. Once Swifty got banned, people were going crazy saying, unban Swifty, unban Swifty. Every server, pretty much every server, both on US, EU, South America, whatever, they were all fucking crashing. And this is where the shit got real fucking crazy. So Razer contacted Blizzard, and whole bunch of people were contacting Blizzard. And the servers were going down. World of Warcraft was getting bad press because the servers just couldn't stay up for like a 3-day fucking period. And then they call me. Blizzard calls me on my fucking cell phone. And I thought it was some hater, that like some guy that was gonna like just trolling me, that got my number and was, fuck you for getting Swifty banned or whatever. They call me and they and they go, hello, is this Logan, blah blah blah, or you know, Zyback? And I'm like, who is this? And they're like, this is Blizzard Entertainment. I'm like, who is this really? And they're like, this is Blizzard Entertainment. And they told me my login name, you know, the old school login names you used to have that before the email. So it's like probably something real embarrassing. Like mine was like Dragon, blah, 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 something, random numbers. Yeah, right. They told me that, my password, and my security question, because I just did not fucking believe them. And I was like, oh shit, this is somebody from Blizzard. And they're like, hey, so we're gonna unban Swifty, okay? Can you please tell people that we're gonna unban Swifty? And can you also please tell them to stop spamming the servers? And like, they needed our fucking help. Like, legit, my actions brought a fucking billion-dollar company to their knees for like 3 fucking days. Oh, wow. And they went and they were going around. They called Doug. They called Swifty. Douglas was the GM of the guild. They were going around and calling people, asking us for our help, because we were like the big YouTubers for WoW at that point. You know, it was pretty much Darren McTire or bust, because we had, you know, me, Swifty, Mercator. Pretty much all the big YouTubers at that point were in our guild. So everybody was making these fucking videos saying, please stop spamming the servers, because the servers were just crashing over and over and over again. All of them. All because of my idea. It wasn't my fault completely, but yeah, it definitely was more my fault than anyone else's. I'll say that. So that's the story, pretty much. I probably left out some stuff, but... Dude, yeah. Absolutely one of the craziest things that's happened in my life. To say that my actions brought down a fucking billion-dollar corporation for a few days is pretty crazy.
That and the fact that they banned the wrong person.
Yeah,
That was partially it too, where people are like, no, you just ban Swifty. They're gonna fucking make 1,000 million gnomes.
Did you see the MMO champion, the video, the MMO champion link, the video that guy linked to?
I did not. Hold on.
I just wanted to tell everyone that it is Zyback's fault Swifty got banned. Here's the proof, and you click on that video.
Holy crap!
This one's only got 16,000 views, but it kind of shows. Here, I'll link the video too. Of the human hunters. This one wasn't even that good, but you get the idea. Yeah, this is good shit here. Zyback sent us Zyback from Darkspear. Skip to like 2 minutes and 50 seconds into that video, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Zyback is our leader. Zyback from Darkspear. Holy shit. Oh, I'm so glad this shit exists. I'm so glad.
That's funny.
How? But yeah, it was that, but just server after server after server. Good shit. Good fucking times. Anyway, I wanted to show that like spike in the graph there.
Yeah.
That was pretty
good.
Yeah,
no, I knew why he got banned, but I didn't know that like you guys that you were part of it, and you were like, hey, buddy, let's go to a different server and like crash it. Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, what's funny about this whole thing is that at first it was something that like everyone hated me for. Like everyone hated me for this for probably about a month. Like, oh, he's the fucking guy that got Swifty banned. Fuck him. What a faggot. Fuck that guy. He should kill himself. One guy actually sent me hunter bullets, which is actually kind of a novelty because the bullets for hunters aren't a thing anymore. They don't have ammo anymore.
Right.
He sent me a stack of hunter bullets and a rifle, and he told me to go kill myself. So
that's awesome.
For about a month, and what's crazy is that I couldn't log into the game. I could not log into the game because the messages I would get would disconnect me from the game. God. I would get so much hate that it would disconnect me from the fucking server. So it was pretty intense. So for about a month there, I got a lot of hate. But now everyone loves me for it. That is the craziest thing. This is like something that went from, oh, fuck Zyback, to, oh my god, Zyback's a legend. Remember when he crashed the server? So sick! He got Swifty banned. What a beast!
Yeah, if that would have happened like right now or something, that would guarantee you an invite to the Swifty house for sure.
There's I'm looking at the pause screen right now of all these messages. I fight in the name of Zyback. Zyback or death. Zyback from Darkspear. Just all these fucking messages. Fuck, I'm gonna download this video. I'm gonna download it just in case it like gets taken down. This is one of those like
just put it in your will.
Historic things of Zyback history. If there is
rip it onto a DVD and then be like, when you're old, you're like, I want to make sure I'm buried with this. What is it, Grandpa? Yeah. Don't watch it, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
I got fucking Swifty banned, bitch.
My grandpa got Swifty banned back in the day. Fuck. Dude, good times, man.
I remember the outpouring of people saying like,
well, dude, and then everybody made those fucking cheesy ass videos like, keep your head up, Swifty.
Yeah, I mean, I made one too. I made one too, but it was very genuine because I just gotten done at like.
Dude, it became like a circle jerk for views.
Yeah.
It became like everybody's like, well, fuck, I'm gonna make my Swifty video.
Well, I didn't get any views out of it. I just made it because I had just gotten out of that interview with John for like Darmac Tire TGN related shit. And he's like a genuinely cool guy. And I'm like, dude, Swifty, fucking hang in there, dude. This is bullshit. But then I saw like some of the other ones where people were like dramatic about it. And they're like, Swifty!
Yeah,
and
it's like, become like a huge circle jerk for views. And I was thinking about making one as a parody. And I was like, oh, that's not going to go over well. And Doug, the GM, Douglas, who I haven't talked to in a long time. I want to talk to that dude again. But he's like, don't do that. Are you fucking crazy? Like, he legit was like, dude, you're fucking crazy if you're going to do that shit. But it was real.
You should have made a video and it had been like, Swifty, just Zyback here.
I felt so fucking... Like, I'm laughing about it now, and people probably think it's funny. But, like, at the time, when it first happened, I felt so bad. Because Swifty was, like, a big fucking deal in the WoW community. Mm-hmm. And he had gotten legit permabanned. Like, he was legitimately permabanned for a few days there. And I was like, and I remember talking to him on Vent, and I didn't know what to say, because, like, after he got banned, it was literally, like, me and him in a fucking Vent channel. I was like, dude, I didn't know this would happen. Like, I was, like, almost, like, gonna fucking cry, because I really thought that I brought this dude's livelihood to a complete halt, because that's what he did. You know, his full-time job was essentially World of Warcraft and being a World of Warcraft personality, and I fucking got him banned. And he's like, dude, I don't know, man. It's like, and we just sat there, had this like really awkward conversation where I felt fucking awful.
Oh God.
Yeah, but it was interesting, because when he was banned there for a few days, like Athene saw the opportunity of like, hey, me and Swifty are gonna come back and level again and make a new account with that whole thing, and that actually blew up, and then everybody made a fuckload of money. You know, there's no victims here. Everyone made so much money that was involved in this that there were no victims. Swifty wasn't a victim. Swifty made a shitload of money. I wasn't a victim. Even the bystanders that made the Circle Jerk Swifty videos were not victims, because everyone made so much money that no one cares anymore. It's a good time, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's God, I remember what fucking everyone was just like called to arms, like, oh my God, fuck it, because John made his own video saying like I got permabanned. I just want to let you all know. And then that's when I noticed shit started hitting the fan, where like servers would crash because like his fan base was like, those of them who were not on the stream who didn't know. Now you're talking about the amount of people that you were running around with, you know, when you were doing it live. Did probably multiply that by 1 or 2. And it's just like
more than that.
All these people, because I remember logging in. I was playing, and I remember people screaming like, "Free Swifty, free Swifty," and I hadn't known what had happened. And then I got caught up on it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that sucks."
Yeah, dude,
I saw the video.
That is one of the craziest that is the craziest thing that's happened, I would say, in my life. I know it sounds fucking really nerdy and lame to say that, but to really understand it, like, World of Warcraft is $1 billion game. They got brought to its fucking knees because I thought something would be hilarious to do.
Yeah, you're responsible for...
Yeah, it's all my fault, according to everyone.
For banning Swifty.
So I take credit for it now. Fuck it. 100% my fault. I did all this. It's my badge of honor.
And you don't regret any of it. You don't regret a single thing of it.
I don't. That's...
There's no remorse in your heart.
Dude, so if Swifty would have actually gotten banned and his whole like World of Warcraft career would have come to a complete halt, and it would have been this horrible, tragic thing, then I would have felt bad. Because that for those 3 days, I felt like shit. Because I was like, dude, I really did just fuck this guy over, because I thought it'd be funny to crash some servers. But once he got unbanned, I was like, that was fucking hilarious. Like, that, you gotta admit, this video, just seeing like all this fucking spam, is pretty unreal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's like because they unbanned him, clearly, because they're like, it's a permaban, you know, whatever, but clearly they can just unban.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Blizzard just wanted to strong arm something to make like an example out of something. It's like, hey, if you don't think about doing this, because this really does cost us a lot of money, and because people might have unsubscribed because of that. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't log in, or their server was unstable. I remember on Windrunner, this is like early on vanilla, the server was slow and laggy for like a month. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And Blizzard didn't want to say like what was happening. At first they said like, oh, we know that the server of Windrunner has problems. We're working on it. And then once they fixed it, they finally came out and said like, look, we just want to be honest. What happened with the server? Someone spilled coffee on it. It was an accident.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. This is real. So they kept a live server running with like spilled coffee on it. But they were still trying to, like, during the maintenance weeks on Tuesdays, they were still trying to like get in there and clean everything out. And apparently they said they had to retire to the server, the actual physical medium, and get a new server. And I was like, really? But, you know, this is like in the infancy of World of Warcraft, so
that's fucking amazing.
Which I always say Windrunner was the first retired server, because at BlizzCon they always have the first World of Warcraft retired server. Like, they have it in like a frame for you to check it out. It's really pretty.
Retired server?
Yeah, the first like physical server that they had to actually
like the hardware.
The hardware, and it was named whatever the realm was.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, Like they kept it in condition. It was like it's just one of the big motherboards from the server because it was only one board.
Yeah, I know they've auctioned off those Blade servers or whatever.
Yeah.
I
But
know they've
seeing
auctioned them off
seeing
for
that at
charity.
BlizzCon, I'm like, this is cool, but it's not Windrunner, so fuck you, Blizzard. We all know the real first
with the
one.
coffee,
The coffee
stains going
I
down
be
it.
able to smell that coffee, motherfucker.
Yeah, man, good fucking times though. Good old Zyback history lesson there.
If
But
you
it is
didn't
funny.
know, now you know.
It is funny that that's why I'm very against you going away from the Dante name, because if I went away from the Zyback name, like this would have way less meaning. Like if hopefully I'm still making videos like 30 years down the line, this is gonna be one of those things to look back on and be like, yeah, that was some good shit. You know? Now we're getting all fucking sappy in here.
Sappy. But again, I will reiterate, if I had a well-paying job and I would just do YouTube as a hobby and make whatever it is, you know, a couple $100 here and there
Yeah.
per month or something, and be like, yay, cool, I can this hobby is affording me to buy a better camera or whatever. But unfortunately where I live, you know, that's really stupid. So, you know, making YouTube something that I wanted, because I made it into a career before Machinima fucked me.
Yeah.
I was making like $1,000 a month back then, but it was only for like 2 months, and then they're like, quickly steal all of his money. But you know, and that's a lot of money to me. People who work, you know, full time at a factory or some shit, you may pull in $1,200 from a paycheck. That to me is like, you are rich, you know.
Yeah,
But-
no, I know what it's like to be fucking YouTube broke. I never made a ton of money with YouTube. But what's crazy is like, fuck having kids. Like honestly, like people
Oh, now
say,
he's just
like dude, like people say like, oh my god, I can't believe like you could live for so little when I used to make YouTube videos. But I felt like I lived fine. Like sure, I didn't have like the most like crazy car or like apartment ever, but honestly, like I could buy whatever I wanted whenever I wanted it. It wasn't like a fucking like I didn't feel poor, even though apparently I was.
yeah.
Like surely you feel that a little bit. I know you're probably poorer than I was.
I have been quote unquote poor for so long now that I have conditioned myself into enjoying certain things when they happen. Like when I go to the grocery store, I mean, believe me, 5 years ago, this is not how my brain worked. But when I go to the grocery store now and I see that the pork chops are about to expire and they cut the price by like fucking 50%, I'm giddy as fuck. I'm like, I'm buying that shit. That's food for the month. Boom, boom. And I buy like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, and as we talked about before with diets and shit, you know, eating less, but like I'm so used to it now that when I went to California for BlizzCon, I felt like a fucking rock star just because the weather was really nice.
Yeah.
The food was really good. I was surrounded by a ton of people that were just like me. And believe it or not, and I'm not bragging when I say this. I know I haven't edited the BlizzCon videos yet. I understand. I need to get to doing that. But people fucking recognized me at BlizzCon. And I'm not saying a lot.
that's cool.
I'm saying like 5 people. And very few people know what I look like because clearly don't have my face in my videos. But I was like, this is great. And all this cost was $1,500. And it took me like 9 months to come up with that money. So yeah. Just let me wash your dishes at your goddamn restaurant. I'll feel like a millionaire. I'm hoping that works out.
Yeah, no, it is. I do like that I'm not doing YouTube full time because I'm sure you've run into this where you'll just not have any good video ideas. Like you'll just be sitting there and you'll be like, I just don't have any good ideas. Like nothing. Like you'll have a few ideas, but you know they're kind of shitty. You're like, yeah, these are a little shitty compared to what I would like to do, but I need to get a video out because I haven't made one in a long time. With when you're not thinking about it as much and when you're not putting out as many videos, like now I've got a ton of video ideas and I don't have enough time to do them all. So when I make a video, I'm usually pretty pumped up about it.
With me and the whole not having video ideas section of like trying to be creative, with me it was mostly just I had video ideas, but they were not Guild Wars 2 video ideas. So
Yeah,
I would partition. That's not the right word. I would prioritize Guild Wars 2 over other games, and sometimes I didn't even own the games. But I never like ran out of ideas. But it was like at some point in time, I'm like, I've done everything that I can do with this game.
Yeah,
and then
plus that's what the game. It just doesn't change. Like that's a hard game to fucking.
Well, I realized the
Stay
mediocrity of doing it when I was like, I didn't have a new video out, but for like a period of time. But the next couple videos were just like reviewing shit that they put into the gem store.
Oh, that's like really stretching.
Yeah, but I was reviewing the things that I thought were very valuable, like the infinite fucking pickaxes and axes and like hoes, you know, for the gathering materials, because you could never, once you got them, and they all had themes, you know, like when I cut down a tree in Guild Wars 2 with the axe I have, it's like lightning strikes the tree, and I'm like, that's fine, but I'm not like, and that's when I started thinking like, am I getting so bad at this, or is the content going to be so lacking to where I actually will have to buy every little stupid thing in the gem store and review it, even though I fucking think some of the things I'm buying are dumb, like backpack skins? And that's when I drew the line. I'm like, nah, fuck all this shit. And then I started leaning into like Guild Wars 2 is doing like CDI, right? So that's Collaborative Design Initiative, where they take your suggestions and try to put them in the game. So I made a couple of videos about that, but you know, they never made any traction, mostly because ArenaNet hates me. But a lot of people liked the ideas, but it was like, is this ever going to really happen? No, but it's a cool thing to think about. But that's basically just like a video about vaporware. That's like nothing. That's just an opinion. What am I actually showing off? Nothing. It didn't feel like effort, because for so long the work rate was like, oh, I got to make a video that has content in it, instead of just like, hey guys, Dante here. I really, really like these new shoes from the gem store. Like, okay.
Yeah, I just don't. Guild Wars 2 in particular is a real bad game to try to like specialize in.
Well, it happened for me with World of Warcraft too, because it's like
but at least
when you
Warcraft
PvP.
World of Warcraft at least had more to it than fucking Guild Wars 2. Like there's a raiding, and you know, there's more to it. Like way more raiding, PvP. You got the casual content. The world is just more there. There's just more.
You know, as a player, that the content is on its way.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, when that comes out, I'll make a video about that, because that seems really interesting. Or they're changing
Guild Wars 2 is
resilience.
just like nothing happened ever.
Yeah. The game is basically the same, and there's a shitty story wrapped around everything. What am I going to make a video about? How I felt about the story? I'm not.
Is there a bunch of people that specialize in Guild Wars 2 videos, or is it just a small thing?
There's like 2 or 3 people. Outside of me.
Is there any like big Guild Wars 2 people that get like a ton of views?
Yeah, Wooden Potatoes gets a lot of views, but he basically his videos.
What's a lot?
Like 100,000
per video.
Around there.
Wow, that's a lot more than I thought it would be.
Yeah, well, I think he's got 100,000 subscribers. I think I'm getting confused. But 20, 30,000 per video. I don't know, but he's basically just talking about the lore of the game, because he's his perspective of it is like the lore of the game, like the story of the game, and so. He's basically delivering the best kind of content that you can deliver from Guild Wars 2, because it is a story-based MMO. Whereas
I feel like he's doing the job ArenaNet should probably do then.
Yeah, and from when I look at it from my perspective, I'm like, to me, that's boring. It's literally just, not to critique him or anything, but I've seen some videos where it's just mindless gameplay of him running around doing stuff. And he's talking about something that is not related to what I'm visually looking at. So it might as well just be a podcast.
Yeah, I can't say anything about that. I make tons of videos that are like that, where it's just like random COD gameplay,
but at least
you're
whatever. Saying, at least you preface the video with, you know, hey guys, this is what you're watching is me like going 36-1. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this match, so you know, watch it and enjoy it while I talk about something topical, Mitt Romney or some shit. I remember one about Mitt Romney and a hot dog or some nonsense.
It's like, I know what video you're talking about. Holy shit!
So, but with him, it's just like, hi guys, me Wooden Potatoes, and Guild Wars 2 is very popular in Europe.
Must be.
And I get a lot
talks about that shit here.
I get a lot of feedback from my stream in my chat room when they say like, you should stream earlier in your day, like noon, 1 o'clock, because in Europe we're still awake over there. It's like evening time, and I'm like, yeah. Thanks for the advice, but I don't stream Guild Wars 2 though, you know. So would you show up to a Rocket League if I'm playing it at noon? And whatever. I mean, I got to talk to my streaming audience of like close to 90 people. I was streaming Guild Wars 2, and I just told them like my master plan and what I want to do, and I got all of my fucking laundry aired with them so that they understand what's going on. So I was really glad to do that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
I want to see you upload some more videos, man. You gotta get on that shit.
I have to. I've only got like 3 backlogged right now.
Yeah.
I have. The good news is,
what's your schedule? What are you trying to do?
I don't really know yet. My streaming schedule is every Friday night and Saturday night I stream. So after this, I'll probably stream something. I don't know what. Probably Guild Wars 2 because by the way, guess what they fucking did?
Talked about shitting on Guild Wars 2 for like fucking close to 3 hours. Like, I'm gonna go straight.
Not even all that.
Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2 wasn't even brought up until like the last 25 minutes of the stream.
I know. But no, I just thought it was funny.
I stream leveling my Necromancer because guess what they did? They made the warrior boring.
That's a thing? Was that in launch?
In Guild Wars 2? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a thing. That's the guy with all the
Revenant.
pets. That's
the
the
Revenant,
with all the pets.
Yeah. But the Necromancer, the master class of the Necromancer is the Reaper. So imagine like Death Knights, but like cooler. They like bleed and chill people and do all this crazy shit, and they get to use a greatsword. So now you're a Necromancer using a greatsword, running around doing all this like badassery, like Death Reaper god shit, and that's cool. Whereas the Warrior became the Berserker, where when you get your adrenaline bar full, you can press a button and go berserk for 15 seconds, and then that's it. So the Reaper feels like a new class. Berserker feels like Warrior, but and all of your skills, like the F1 skills, they're just fire skills. It's like the same skill, but there's fire. And I'm like, what am I, a fucking fire mage now? I wasn't feeling it.
A little lazy.
Yeah, seems lazy too. But so since I don't enjoy playing that character anymore, because in Guild Wars 2 you can go and be like level 80 immediately in the PvP. So I went in there and I was like checking out all the Reaper shit, and I was like, I will enjoy the fuck out of this. Unfortunately, I have to level up. So when I level up my Necro, people show up. But if I play Rocket League, like 10 people show up. And it's like, it blows my fucking mind that 90 to 100 people will show up to watch somebody level up.
I know. I always made that joke back when I used to stream WoW. I was like, I could literally AFK in Stormwind and more people would watch this than like me do something else that like actually had substance.
Yeah. So
it's weird.
But as far as schedule go, like you asked, Fridays and Saturdays I like to stream those days for sure. But sometimes I'll pop on and I'll just stream like something, like I'll do my dailies in HOTS or something like that. Which, by the way, funny joke. I made a video. I always try to make a video saying I'm streaming right now. If you're seeing the video, go to the stream. It's live right now. Funny fucking thing happened. We know there's dumb people out there. The title of the video is Streaming HOTS. Heroes of
the Storm.
The video, the physical visual medium you're looking at is Heroes of the Storm gameplay.
And somebody went in there like, this isn't Guild Wars 2.
Well, no. And then I even said, I'm playing Heroes of the Storm, streaming it right now. And I got like a couple dozen comments from people saying, this is bullshit. You just tricked us. I thought this was HOT. I'm like, what? Heart of Thorns, Guild Wars 2.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, this is bullshit. You tricked us. Downvote. And I'm like, what? So like the next video I made was for my stream
Heroes
for Guild
of the Storm
Wars.
typed out.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do that obviously, but the next video I made was like for Wednesday's stream or something, and I was like, I'm streaming Guild Wars 2, I'm just leveling up my Necromancer. I said something along the lines of like, and if you get offended because you can't tell the difference between Heroes of the Storm and Heart of Thorns, and your only way to therapeutically figure it out is to leave me a nasty comment and dislike the video, that's fine, doesn't really bother me. Whatever gets you through your day. Because it was like 12 people were like, this is bullshit.
Jesus.
I saw Heart of Thorns. I'm like, no, you didn't. You saw what you wanted to see.
Yeah. I'm glad those days are done with me. I'm not a big live streaming guy anymore. Part of the reason I kind of got out of it is it does sort of suck if you don't have too many people watching you. Like even if you have like a decent amount, like when I streamed WildStar, even when it was like dying off, I'd get like 40 to 50 viewers, and honestly, people could like that would be like what I'd average at, and people would probably think that I botted those viewers because they just wouldn't say anything. Yeah, and I'd be like, are you guys real? Like, if you're real, hit 1. And I'd have a bunch of people hit 1, but they just wouldn't say anything. So it's like real awkward to stream if you're at like a fairly low view count. My viewers in particular, one of the things why I started like that new outro saying to leave a comment is because like I feel like a lot of the people that watch me, they just watch and they don't like interact at all. They don't like say anything. They're just like watch in silence.
It's just a call to action thing. Like what it is mentally, it's psychologically, we're giving you permission to leave a comment. It's sort of more warming and welcoming. Yeah. When you say, hey, go ahead and click like if you like it.
Mine's more like fuck you, hit like, and people seem to like it.
Your thing is like at the tail fucking end of your video.
Yeah.
I mean, most people would have clicked off. The video content is over by now. Blah blah blah. But if somebody's watching the full thing, they're like, yeah, fuck you. Subscribe if you want. If you don't, fuck you. It's like, it's like, yeah, cool,
that's
man.
pretty much what it is. I've got a new one. I'm gonna make a new one that I think is very clever. I'm not gonna say it in the podcast, but I think it's gonna be even better. To switch it up, get a new outro.
You should
alternate them.
what you should do is have somebody where you work at film you getting into like a fucking really expensive car. Just being like, hey, if you like the video, like. If you don't, I don't fucking care. I own this shit, and then you just drive off. Like empty parking lot, just drive. You know, It's like what the fuck? He owns a really whatever. Pull a car out of your ass. I don't know, fucking really hot
a few of them I
truck.
Can do that. Corvette.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
I don't care. I own a Corvette.
I could fucking do that too. I could get that shit
just
done.
Just a suggestion. Excuse me.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I think we've beaten the fuck out of this horse. We've been going for a while. 2 hours and 2.5 hours. I think people like it though. Yeah, I was looking at the analytics for how long people were watching, and the average view time was like 33 minutes or something. So people are watching it. A lot of people are watching it a lot of the way through anyway, because I'm sure a lot of people just click it and they go, these guys are fucking idiots, and click off, and that's like a 0. So the average is pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd like to think we try to keep this to 2 minutes max, but I mean, if we
2 minutes?
Oh, not 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minute podcast.
Yeah, you mean 2 hours?
2 hours, but if we go over, at least it's time to. Once we hit 2 hours, it's like, we both mentally it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, if we're going and we're having fun, I don't particularly care about a length. Like if 1 week, like let's say next week, like we just suck ass and there's nothing cool to talk about, and we only last 45 minutes, then whatever. Yeah. So anyway, let's wrap it up. I think that's unless you have something you want to talk about, I'll out.
Just make sure if you want to see more stuff and be updated with the podcast, check out new videos that I make, new videos that Zyback makes. Subscribe to both of us. You know where to find us, and follow me on Twitter is @DonTane, so that you can see when I make a new video, because I always preach that Twitter is way fucking better than the YouTube sub box. Yeah, Twitter is one of those things that's just amazing. Like, Twitter's just a fun thing that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. It's just a fun website. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Hive Mind number 4, and we'll see you again next week. Bye. If you made it this far, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out a lot, and selling out ain't easy, and I'm only in this for the money, so be sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Even if you hate it, fuck you. Just tell me to go fuck myself. Leave a comment. None of you motherfuckers comment, and it irritates the shit out of me. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter, because I gotta get paid.